Good evening, Wednesday night. How you doing? You doing all right? It's dinner time. I'm having brisket mac and cheese. It's really really good. Um, any of you guys eating? None of you eating? None of them are eating.
I've got a snack. I've got a snacky with me.
You got a
I've
Oh
snack?
yeah,
got
I'm
chocolate
eating.
covered
Okay.
cherries. I got chocolate
Okay.
covered cherries
I just
Ooh,
finished
chocolate
cooking
covered
some
cherries.
rice.
Okay.
in Michigan.
Okay. Yeah, you're up in Michigan, aren't you?
Mhm.
What's the weather like up in Michigan right now? Is it cold?
It's currently rainy.
Rainy. Gotcha.
Our windows open. It's nice and like chilly in here. I'm content
Nice.
at the moment. Uh-huh.
We got Jinxie up in the corner up there.
Hello.
Jinx, there you go. Yeah.
I'm
Um,
so excited for it.
Jinx, do you mind if we talk about it so that the audience understands just a little? Do you
Yeah.
mind?
I don't mind.
Okay. So, Jinx has some facial dysmorphia, so she does not like being on camera at all. But I explained to her that we need to be able to like see you talk or something. We need to know when you're getting ready to talk, stuff like that. And we talked about a mask because Carl wears masks every once in a while. And speaking of Carl, oh, I distracted myself. I'll get back to Carl in just a second. But anyway, so Jinx actually has a really cool mask, but she asked if she could do the virtual, and I was like, yeah, totally, do the virtual. It's kind of cool, and she can change it up and everything else. She can. It's cool. It's way cool. Back to Carl for a second. So Carl, can you explain to me why Sunday night the Tabaxi Rogue was wearing a Tabaxi mask? Carl.
It doesn't want to. He doesn't. It doesn't want to recognize that he's in the foreground.
He's
That
already
is the
muted.
best.
That too.
And hiding behind his, what is that, a knoll?
No, that is his
That's a hobgoblin.
werebore form.
Oh, that's right.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a hobgoblin. I know what a hobgoblin looks like.
There it is. There's the beholder mask. That
I
is
can go get my skateboard mask. I've got a great goblin one.
you do have a good goblin mask. Carl, that's a face only a mother could love. But beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Which one?
There it is.
It was stuck
The
on my
middle
nose.
There's a munchkin behind you, Carl.
Yep.
I know this is
Yep.
gonna sound weird,
Yep.
but I bet the inside of that
That's how you know it's his. Yep.
smells so good. I love that latexy, rubbery smell. Reminds me of Halloween.
I mean, I
I'm gonna
get
turn
that,
up
but
Dave
like,
a little bit.
no.
After he's
No.
been breathing in it, no, I don't want to take a good deep whiff of it.
Nope. Mm.
It's had liver and onions
On
and
my
some
eyebrows in a
asparagus.
way that's making it to where I cannot blink out of my left eye.
Oh, I got a new pair of sunglasses today. They're really
Yeah?
pretty. I go get them.
Okay, you go get them.
Go get them.
Just so you guys all know, yesterday was Missing's birthday.
Happy birthday, Menacing.
Thank you.
Hey.
You got to show him that cute little Illithid.
Yes, you guys have to see what I got. Look at him.
That's awesome.
Oh,
He's just the cutest with his little cape.
I didn't realize it was a mind flare earlier. I could just see the gray. I didn't make out the black. Oh my god, that's really cool.
His little mouth tentacles and his little cape, his little arms. He's the cutest thing I own now.
Have you named
Got
him yet?
it.
And does
No,
Bill
I got-
know? Does Bill know that you think the Illithid's cuter?
We haven't talked about that yet.
I was about to say, somewhere there's a cat plotting revenge.
Yep.
That's why he's safely tucked in my office, and then none of the pets are allowed downstairs till he gets a safe home.
Yeah.
Man, look at those cheap sunglasses.
They
I
were
did
not
'em.
cheap.
I bet they weren't cheap.
No, I was
They're
thinking
really
of
cool.
a ZZ Top song.
Yeah.
Oh, they are
Ooh.
really cool. So I think the front is cork, and then the sides have wood that are
Those are cool.
yeah. So those are
Yeah,
my
there's
new.
a ZZ Top song, Cheap Sunglasses. So,
I think
I
I'm
literally
aware of that
thought
fact. I just
I thought you said the front was pork, and I'm like, why would you put that on your face?
pork,
Pork
Not
sunglasses.
pork. Pork sunglasses. Oh Jesus, that
Taking
would
a
be
stand against
awful.
vegetarianism.
hey, you know,
Awful.
I mean,
Those
you
would be
do what
great
you
in the
gotta
heat, I bet.
The dogs kept running away from her. She had to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
She wanted to play more with the dog.
So,
So-
Cindy,
I
I came
also
across your favorite shirt
before we
today.
start, I do have a soft out whenever the kiddos go to bed because I am sharing a cottage hotel room with my brother and sister-in-law and their two kids and my husband. So I have a soft out at about 10:30 ish. I don't know when the kiddos are gonna go to bed. Is the thing. So
What time zone you in?
I could Eastern.
Okay.
Okay.
So
That's, I was
Same
just
time
going to
zone-
ask. Because I
same
was like,
time zone,
that's pretty
it's just-
good.
it might be 9:30. It might be 10. I don't know.
Okay.
So
flip
just an
'em a
FYI.
roll and all will be fine.
And Dave, what were you
I
saying?
have those in my head.
Oh, I came across your favorite shirt today.
You smell different.
When you're awake.
It's great.
That's fantastic.
That's awesome. That is awesome. The fact that you think that's my favorite shirt says a lot about what you think about me.
I
But
wore it to gaming once, and everyone found it amusing.
yes, I remember it. So you guys want to play D&D?
I do.
Mhm.
Runa, can you give a recap from there?
I can give a recap from here.
Okay.
So it's a bit of a short recap because
Okay.
we started in a fight. We were able to find two captives. We killed the one druid that was left. We killed the rest of the goons. And then we walked back to Valaki.
That is a very short recap.
Yeah. So we did meet. So we met Cassian and
Andor.
Imogen. Hang on. Excuse me. Hiccup. We did learn that Cassian has a crow familiar, Velrin.
Mm-hmm.
And she has Link or Jinx?
Yes, she.
Okay. She does have some trauma with people in robes. Because Lucian had to cast calm emotions on her because she was super fucking anxious in the church. We also saw Corvallis' full werewolf form for the first/second time. And Runa saw Elara's wings for the first time.
And Cass,
But
what
yeah,
race is
short
your
recap.
character?
It was all combat last session.
It was.
It was.
What did you say, Norman?
Cass, what race are you, or what race do you appear?
Elf.
Elf?
Yes.
Okay. So that you also know, viewers, they are 14 followers short of a free ASI. 14 followers.
Come join. Follow SETI. We want that ASI.
So, yeah. 14,
I want level
14
20.
followers shy. They started off Sunday night. When Sunday night's game started, they only had 100. We had 170. So they have gained 16 followers in 2.5 days, three games.
Yeah.
So it's still possible. They could still get that ASI before the end of the week.
Does it have to be before the end of the week?
No, it doesn't have to be. It just, as soon as we hit 200 followers, you guys get the ASI. And that also means that, like, Friday afternoon, when I check it when I get home, if I notice that we hit 200 followers, I'm gonna message everyone and be like, "Hey, you get an ASI."
Yay!
If it happens in the middle of a game today, middle of the game tonight, middle of the game tomorrow night, I will make sure everyone's messaged, "Hey, we get it." So look at that.
I'm just gonna throw this out there. I completely read that wrong in the message the other day. I thought you said ASL, and I was like, my age. I was so confused for a moment. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Found that one.
Good old ASL, and it doesn't just
We all
stand for
aged ourselves
American Sign Language.
Immediately
Yeah,
aged.
the first time Corbin put ASL in the tavern, I was like, ASL, why did it? Oh, American Sign Language. Oh, yeah. It means
What kind of
something
class
else.
is that?
Yeah, that's what you went with.
Right. Not right
And then
away.
I was like, I'm already in the party. We don't need another stupid idiot.
So I have to run to the bathroom real quick because my esophagus is flaring up. So why don't you guys go ahead while you're in Velaki? Start role playing.
Okay. Alright.
So fill me in on how you got Cass in the group since I was gone last time.
I was also gone.
Okay, I can
That's
tell you that again. Right. So, Koga, you were already in the room with the druid. You kind of just went at the druid. Runa had come in after and did a quick kind of perception and spotted two hooded figures in the corner. She went over, cut Cassian loose before going to help you with the druid. Cassian and Imogen is not here. I'm sure Seti will give a recap of what happened for Imogen to not be here. Those two got themselves loose after Runa cut Cassian's hands free, and they managed to get themselves loose and started watched for a round, and then started helping us take care of the druid and then the blights and stuff. Words. I almost said hints. Fuck. Stay. And then once everything kind of chilled out, we decided to go back to Velaki with our contingent in tow, and got back to Velaki with them. We did send Norman and a couple of soldiers out to start clearing some of the houses on the north side, so that when we decide to move or rebuild the berms further into the territory that we've just regained, he was doing some clearance stuff with them to figure that stuff out.
Gotcha.
Because you were still relatively high with your spells, I think, from what I remember. Sorry, I was doing a recap for the boys.
No, I heard.
Cool.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you guys get back. You're at Imogen and Cass are over at the church, and
Yes.
Cass, you feel comfortable around him, not just because Father Lucian did the calm emotions, but I gotta stop looking up like that. Hold on just a second. There we go. All right. need to look at you guys.
Casimir.
So, yeah, it's Casimir. So, Father Lucian cast the calm emotions. Casimir, though, he is a very dark-skinned, kind of a Middle Eastern dark skin, almost Indian. But he is an elf. You can tell he's an elf, but he wears a turban, and he usually has at least one or two pretty well armored elves that are just as dark skinned as him. You know from being in Drakkar, from being in the Domain Dreads, where you've been for a little while now, you've known that there are Dusk Elves. You've heard about them over in Barovia. But this is the first time you've actually met any of them, Cassian. But you do feel a little more comfortable because you know that they're elf just like you. Majority of races within the domains of Dread are human. A sprinkling of half elves. There aren't many elves, so to be with another elf is a little more comfortable. But as you guys are standing there, after the calm emotions was cast on you, Imogen kind of leans in and says to Father Lucian that she just wants to know what it would take for her to be able to get back to her domain, because this is all very strange to her. So Father Lucian says that he can make an arrangement. He knows somebody that could get her through the mist back to where she came from, and it should work out relatively easy if they could just get her out of Vallaki itself. So Father Lucian excuses himself and takes Imogen, and they leave the church. So you were standing there with Casimir and another male Dusk Elf in the church. They are not wearing robes. They themselves are definitely more ranger-esque. So tell me, where exactly do you come from, Cass? Is it do you mind if I call you Cass, or is it Cassian?
You can call me Cass. Either is fine, but Cass is for short.
I am sometimes called Cass myself, but it is Casimir.
Pleasure to meet you.
Is yours with a C or with a K?
What the C?
I am with a K. Not that anyone will be able to tell the difference, because a hard C and a K, they sound the same. But I will, if you are more comfortable with Cass, I will make sure that people are calling me Casimir by my full name. So where exactly are you from?
I am
Please,
from
tell
this.
us a little.
Originally from the near the mountains, and then due to some things that happened in my village, I had to be dragged to the springs and pay off some debt. And when I was done with that, I helped some children out and went back to my hometown.
I see. And as I understand, you were captured by the Druids, and you were going to be a sacrifice.
Yes.
Are you good with the bow? What skills do you bring that we might be able to utilize with?
I'm good with dagger, trade. I'm proficient in magic.
Oh.
And
Okay.
yeah.
How I have dabbled in magic myself. How good are you with magic?
I know a bit of spells. I can do some like basic spells like firebolt, and helping detect magic and stuff like that.
Good, good. I was teasing. I'm very proficient with magic. But I was teasing you. Are you hungry?
Yes, very.
Come, we will eat. And he takes you
Okay.
over to the food line.
Okay.
Koga. When you guys get back to the village, what are you doing? I mean, you were just here like, 6-8 hours ago, but you guys literally had your butts handed to you in back-to-back fights.
Right. Well, give me 1 second. Let me check my notes.
Pretty sure we didn't get our butts handed to us. We just fought a shit ton of people.
Yeah,
What'd I say?
You didn't. We didn't have our butts handed to us.
really good, buddy.
You will
Give it a
next
shot.
time,
We
then.
well.
Keep going, keep going. Dig a hole.
Yeah.
It's okay. I need to eventually, at some point, get to know our new people, but they're currently with Casimir. So I'll give them time to kind of adjust themselves. But I'm gonna go check on Teresa, but before I do that, I need to speak to Runa.
Sure.
Okay.
So I'll come find Runa, and I'll be like, "Hey, I didn't get a chance to talk to you about this before we left earlier, because honestly, I thought I'd talk about it on the road with you. But one of my boys has been seeing a girl from the town.
Okay.
So, do you know a girl? I think she said her name was Elle.
L. Do I recall anyone in the work that I've done in the infirmary by the name of L? Steady.
How do
No.
you put this on?
Let me look over the
don't.
list of.
How do you put
Now, whether he was giving me her real name or not, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think.
And whether I'm remembering it right, because there's been a lot happening.
What?
You remember?
A lot happening.
This little child remembers. I don't know where this child came from. He's not mine. He's been following me around since I came in here, and he's been like showing me drawings. I mean, they're good drawings. I don't know where he got crayons from.
They're handing them out across the street in the infirmary.
I thought we were doing this
Yeah.
too.
Simon and Arabelle spent the day coloring because it was a quiet day.
Oh. That's usually how I write my letters. I lied. I don't write.
Oh.
I was gonna say you don't know how to read.
You can learn with Simon how to write your letters.
That wasn't
I
it.
I'm not a nerd.
I'm just trying to picture that massive hand with just a full fist clench on a crayon.
It's on a crayon.
We'll get Koga the big
holding
crayon.
it,
The big crayons. It's gonna be the jumbo crayon.
Yeah, the big marker-sized crayons.
Alicia, do you have the hospital list handy?
Laura does.
I roll those dice. I don't know why.
That's because Alicia's on Sunday night. You're Alara on Wednesday. You're Alara on Wednesday night.
I'm just picking on you. I do. I've got it.
The boys also want to know.
Google Chat, but I guess it's not.
I've got it in Google
It's a
Sheets.
Google Doc.
Is it a
Yeah,
Google
try
Doc?
Sheets.
It's a Google Doc.
Try Sheets instead of Docs.
Yeah.
That's 00. That's good. That's like
Yeah, it's a Google Sheet.
I've got it as a Laura Infirmary spreadsheet.
I know. I saw it the other day and I can't find it.
Should be able to search for
There
it.
it is. I found it. You know, when you click on the word more, it actually shows you more.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's crazy.
that's
Yeah,
a
I
good
know.
that's a good computer hack. Twitch, take notes. There will be a test later.
Yes.
Nope, nope. No
Let's
more.
see. There's
Roll all my 20s out.
there's Lubin. There's Lena.
I got 6. I got 6.
That's great, son. Don't stop taking all the luck out of my dice.
There's
Roleplay
Alana.
night. You can recharge them.
There's Alenia.
There's Lena.
There's Lena.
46.
There's Ilara. There's yeah.
Okay.
You think you remember hearing about a girl somewhere in the village named Ellie?
Ellie. Okay. Okay. I will let Koga know that I will ask around after an L. I'll talk to folks in both the infirmary and in the church, and kind of go back and forth and see if anybody recognizes anybody who goes by the name L or the nickname L. I have a couple in mind that might be, but I would have to talk to them individually.
Alrighty. But they also wanted to know if eventually they could move into the cabins down south of the town.
Do we know what the cabins are used for? I mean,
I don't.
I'll ask some of the villagers and see about the cabins, and see if any are available.
Alrighty.
But I'll get back to you on that. I take it you also wanted to talk with Teresa?
Yeah, I'm gonna go talk with Teresa. I think she has a copy of me.
Okay. You go.
She tried to kiss me.
Oh.
It
Okay.
yeah. Oh, I don't know what else. I don't know what else to say about it other than she tried to kiss me. I didn't think that was gonna happen. I don't know. I mean, she's pretty,
Okay.
and she's been through a lot of shit. So
Yeah.
I just don't. Yes, young child. I know. I agree. I also don't want to just be the rebound of a murderess.
It's a dangerous game, Koga.
It's a dangerous game. I would be careful.
Oh, I usually am.
She murdered her last spouse, so be very careful.
Be very careful. I would make sure you set some boundaries pretty quick.
I'm all about the boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Believe me, I put the sensual in consensual.
I didn't need to know that. Thank you so much.
No,
I mean, you're the one talking about boundaries. I figured we were open to that kind of conversation. I'm sorry.
I meant boundaries about any type of relationship, not just a sexual one.
Oh. I didn't say anything about sexual. I just said consensual.
Go talk to Teresa. Leave me alone.
Well, you go talk to Alara.
Okay. I'm gonna also go get some information for you. Good luck.
Thanks.
Walks away before he can reply.
Let's skip over to Corvette.
Is Alara anywhere nearby?
I'm sure she's like
Not
Oh.
Yeah, down the hallway. Oh, and
Like,
then
if
Corvette jumps away.
If I see her, I'll look over at her. I was like, I love fucking with her so much.
Well, at least she's a good sport about it all.
Oh, absolutely. You, young lad, are going to fall off of my back, so let's find your parents. No, I'm serious. Get down. Get up the wall.
Okay, let's skip over to Corveus. Corveus, you guys get back to the village, to Valaki itself. What are you doing, sir?
So let's see. I was working on getting ready to start having them move the berms out.
Was it you who was going out to do the berm checking? I'm sorry, Norman. I totally forgot about that.
I probably, since I wasn't here, I was probably with them and I'm coming
Okay,
back
yeah.
into eating or something. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, Norman's heading out with me because no one else will.
Okay. No one else will. Oh man.
Because I thought you guys were starting to check the houses,
They
not
were
actually
supposed to.
going
They
to
were supposed to be clearing
Yeah, you're supposed
houses
to-
and
clear houses to get ready for the berms to move forward.
Burn down
Not
houses,
set
move the berm. Got it.
Yeah, we're not setting the berms yet because we have to finish clearing the druids before we do the berms.
Fires first. Fires, then burns.
yes.
Fucking punch you in the face.
Look. Fire is nature's cleanser.
It
No
is.
other way
It is.
purify Rovia.
Is there anyone that you need to talk to or anything you need to do that?
I had sent what's her name, a shill out to go keep an eye on the druid quarter to see what's going on and come back and let us know if they had any shenanigans going on. She was under strict orders not to start any fires until I tell her it's okay. And the code word is Runa said no fire, and that's when she starts fires. That's the code word. But
she's pre-planning.
yeah, no. There's with the exception of there's literally Esmeralda. Where was she the last time we saw her?
She's dead.
She's dead.
Oh, she is. I don't remember. It's been a while.
She died when the fake Runa was in town because they were dumb and attacked her wagon, and it blew up with her on it.
Of resurrection. I'm bringing Esmeralda back.
Jesus, I don't think we have a piece of her left.
Depends if you consider that metal leg a piece of her.
That's, yeah. If the metal leg would work, we're good.
Was it resurrection or reincarnation? I think it was reincarnation.
Oh, you should
No,
so
it was resurrection.
reincarnate her.
It was true
I'd love to
resurrection.
Reincarnate her as a were-badger.
No
Because we don't need no thinking badges.
badgers.
No badges.
No badgers.
She's resurrected as a flower, and the dog peed on her. Yeah, so I don't know.
Anyway.
So
Anyway,
there's really not a lot of people in Valaki that Corveus made personal close relationships with, because the three people that he did know were standing next to him in the crowd when they got vaporized. So hadn't met anyone else. He just refuses to talk to them. Yeah, no, I'm going to be busy checking out equipment of the guys that are on guard and then getting ready to move that stuff. There's no one else I need to talk to there.
Okay. Norman.
Yes,
So
sir.
you know, Nochi and Piccolo are right next to the church, just kind of hanging out. Piccolo actually, you will find out that it was Simon and Arabelle made a hammock for Piccolo on Nochi's horns.
I love it.
you
Is
now
this
have two animal
After
companions.
combat or after we've rested?
This is when you guys come back, because you guys come back and you see this. So it is after combat, before the rest, that you come back and you see the little hammock that is made upon Nochi's horns, and Piccolo and Nochi sense you coming, smell you coming, hear you coming, and pipe up and everything real quick.
Would I have a first level druid spell left?
Sure.
Okay. I would like to speak with animals.
Okay.
Piccolo, what a lovely place for you to rest. Nochi, is it
Yes.
uncomfortable?
Not if he just lays still, but sometimes he chooses to start swinging, and he's just a swinging, going back and forth, and it gets a little annoying.
It was made by the kids, by the little boy that Ilara and Runa, their little boy, him and the
Simon?
little girl,
And which girl?
the one that's always with them, the one that's with Casimir all the time, the magic girl.
The scary girl?
Yeah, she's kind of scary. Not a,
I know.
the boy is the boy. I don't think he's a boy. I think he's an animal. He's an animal that looks like a boy.
That may be. Norman is like, you can tell he's thinking very carefully on how he wants to say this. Simon is just a little different than us, and I don't think he means you any harm. He helped build you this wonderful hammock.
Yes. He made the hammock. He made the hammock, and he's tried to get me to eat weird things. He eats bat wings.
Yes.
I got him
We have
licking
those
dirt.
at home
He was
also.
licking dirt. I eat bugs, and people look at me like I'm crazy because I eat bugs. But he was licking dirt.
That's very odd.
Yes.
I will talk to Runa about it.
I don't know why he was licking dirt.
What am I
Have
supposed
the
to?
children been kind to you?
Oh, they're very kind. They like to play, but sometimes they pull my tail. But they don't. I don't think they mean to pull my tail.
I don't think they mean to pull it hard. I think they just want you to know they were able to catch it because your tail is so fast. It has to be hard for a little child to catch it.
Usually it is. There's
This
this game
one's
that
just
I don't like us playing, and it's called Monkey in the Middle, and I think it's very racist.
Well,
They
Piccolo,
always put me in the middle.
well, you are the monkey.
That's true. I am the monkey. But then they throw things
And-
over my head.
Well, as long as they're not hurting you, consider it exercise.
It hurts my feelings.
Oh, but they're kind to you after, aren't they?
Yeah, they take me to. They sneak me into the church to eat. Not Simon. He doesn't go in the church. I don't think he believes in God. He doesn't believe.
Simon's-
He doesn't believe in the tree forest gods.
No, I don't think he believes in the tree forest gods because he wasn't raised in a tree forest, so he learned about different gods.
Oh. The Dawn Father,
Oh.
or the Morning Lord, or the Raven Queen, or I ran out of my knowledge.
I'm going to reach into my backpack and pull out that burned wooden holy symbol to the Morning Lord.
Mm-hmm.
That it wasn't like burned. You said it could be repurposed, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like this? Show it to him. And I'll hold it right next to the one I'm wearing, prominently displayed on my chest.
Morning, Lord.
Yes.
Hey, can I have that one? And I'll put it right here over Nochi's head. I'll get some string, and I'll string it between his horns, and that way, as everybody will know, hey, this is Nochi and Piccolo of the Morning Lord.
I really do not think that I need a head ornament.
I have other plans for this one, Piccolo, but perhaps we could fetch you a banana to eat in your hammock.
I saw some people show up the other day with some bananas.
Well, I was on my way to get food. Would you like to come with me?
Yeah!
And he like leaps off of Nochi onto your shoulders.
All right. I may need to borrow your vest later. I'll let you know, though.
Okay.
Nochi, would you like a snack?
There's a beautiful patch of grass that I've been eyeing over there at the far end of the church, near the gate, but do you think it would be okay if I go over there and I would like to eat that grass. Do you think it would be okay?
Absolutely. I think you can eat all the grass you would like. As long
Probably
as you're
not,
not
because
destroying the grass.
there's not a lot of grass around here. Now the swamp had a lot of greenery. I really liked all the fresh greens that I found down around the swamp. But here in this place, this large roofless building that we are in, I don't understand. Why did we come inside this roofless building that's huge? And two, it's like a giant pen. Why do we live in a pen?
Well, Nochi, it's only a pen for now. I'll see about rounding up some cabbages for you.
Cabbages.
And then Norman stops and he gets like a very almost like he's looking at a memory, and he smiles a little bit and says, "Soon there will be more grass than you can eat here, my friend."
I look forward to it. And you see him start slowly walking towards the large clump of grass over by the gate. And you are heading into the church to eat?
Yes. If
Ilara.
they have cabbages, I'll grab a couple and toss them to Nochi. And otherwise, I'll just get food and head into the church because Father Lucian was next on my list.
Okay. Ilara, you see Koga walk away, kind of laughing about how he loves teasing Runa. And what are you doing?
If everything seems kind of calm here, Cass has been kind of handed off. She seems comfortable. I'm gonna head across the street to the infirmary because they asked specifically for some help.
Okay. Sorry, looking for that list.
You just had it.
No, not that list. That one I still have.
Huh.
There it is. Okay. Okay, you are walking across the street. Runa, I guess that means you were kind of in the church or like in between the church and the street.
I think So I thought so we had last session we had let everything with Cass and everybody had settled, and then we had gone knowing that with Lucian and everything had settled, we had already gone across the street to the church to the infirmary to figure stuff out.
I don't
But
disagree.
yeah,
Okay.
you're good.
Okay.
I was relatively. I'm always relatively nearby wherever Alara is, doing work where needed.
So as you get over there, Laura, you were being walked through um, with some of your nurse's aides and introduced to some of the new patients. Okay? I will put them on the list, but
Okay.
just to kind of go through them, majority of them are minor accidents. They're one of the guards, Peter. Um, he is refusing treatment because he says he needs to get back in the line. But he does have an arrow that has grazed some of his ribs, and he is not he's not cooperating with the staff.
Hi, let me hold you down.
I was gonna say we can do this
Hold
the
your
Laura's
dignity
way,
in a
or we
turn.
can do it Runa's way. You get to pick. You get the cleric or the barbarian.
Crux knuckles, I still have 2 rages left.
The main one that they wanted you to come see though was Mother Aranka, who she'd been found not too far away from the safe zone, and they have not been able to stop the bleeding. When you walk up to her, she has a symbol of the Morning Lord. She has her prayer beads in one hand. She is clearly not going to make it much longer at all. And she just smiles as you come walking up towards her. She's a little bit older. Alara, I would recognize you anywhere. They told me who you were and what to expect. You're doing a good thing here. Would you please tell them to stop wasting resources on me and go help others? It's time to let an old lady die.
I'm gonna pull up if there's a blanket or a pillow or whatever next to where she is and sit down with her.
Nope.
And you said it's with a quick medicine check. It's obvious she's not gonna make it through this.
No, you can see all the bruising around her chest and everything else. You're told that when they found her, there was roof timber that had fallen, broken the ribs, crushing her, and the amount of bruising and everything around her ribs. What are you kids doing now?
Koga and I are having an argument silently.
It looks like several ribs punctured, several internal organs, and she might have actually lived longer if they wouldn't have lifted the beams.
I got you.
But if they wouldn't have lifted the beams, they couldn't have gotten her out.
Catch 22.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna sit down next to her. Is she like on a bed?
Yeah, they put her in a bed that they knew that
Elevated.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that
Okay.
so that it doesn't get into her lungs and
Okay. I'm gonna kind of sit next to her on the bed, kind of just near her hips so I can face her.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of lean over. So, what then would you have me tell these young people who are trying to help you? How would you have me explain it to them? They know. They've seen the loss. They know what's coming. But a lot of them need to do what they can.
I would tell them that Aranka has lived a good long life. And it is time for her spirit to be reborn in a child. It is time for this body to become dust. And for her pain and suffering, all the pain and suffering that she has tried to take from other people, try to heal from other people, that it is time to allow her own pain and suffering to end so that they can focus on being as good a healer as you and Aranka were, as good a healer as Ilara is and Aranka was. And she reaches over and grabs your hand with the Morning Lord's beads in them, and like slowly, like with the one hand, slowly starts wrapping some of the beads around your free hand as she's holding
yeah,
it.
I'll let her do that. Is there anybody in the room with us right now?
Choose one of your nurses that can be in there with you.
Well, whoever it is, we'll say it's Hilda. She's a quick runner. Hilda.
Yes.
I need you to leave us for a few minutes.
Okay.
Go see if wherever else we need. Okay. And Runa, are you in the room with me?
I would assume so.
Okay, yeah. And Runa, can you make sure no one comes in here for a little bit?
Yep.
I'll be out in just a few minutes, probably.
Shut the door.
Yep. I'm gonna wait till the door's closed.
Guardian in front of the door.
No one's coming in that door, so we're
nope.
So I'm gonna look back down at her, and I'm gonna kind of pull our covers up and make sure that the worst of her injuries aren't particularly visible. But I assume at this point I'm still smeared with blood. So is she. Like, I'm not making a huge commitment to that.
Okay.
I would like you, while we sit together, I want you to teach me your favorite prayer of the Morning Lord. And as she starts talking, I'm going to cast light on her beads in between our hands.
Okay.
And I'm going to... Let's see how fast I would learn. Not very quickly at all. So it's going to take me a while to learn this prayer.
Okay.
But I'm gonna draw it out just as long as possible and keep her talking about her faith. I would also ask her. I'm 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 pretty new in Vallaki, and while I've seen a lot of the infirmary, I need to know specifically what you would like done in your memory once this is over and once you're at rest.
There are not enough benches in Vallaki. I want a bench. Whether it's outside the church, outside the school, or if this is going to stay an infirmary. I want a bench. I want it big enough for 3 or 4 people to sit on it. That is what I want.
Well, I happen to know an excellent druid who I'm sure can make a beautiful bench as big as you want it. And if it's okay with you, we'll sit it right outside the doors of the infirmary or the school or whatever this becomes when we're done. And you can always guard these doors. And you can always watch the people coming in and out of them. And you can always help others rest.
And she will cast Death Ward on you as she's saying that prayer.
Okay.
For the next 8 hours. If the first time you reach 0 points, you instead go to 1.
Okay. You just can't help but to help people, can you?
It wasn't going to do me any good.
Well, thank you for teaching me. Thank you for helping me. Do you mind if I sit with you a while longer?
It's the only way you're going to be able to learn that spell.
Fair enough.
Okay. Cassian,
Yes.
you get your food. You're looking around. You don't really recognize anyone. You see, every once in a while, you'll see somebody that you were just with come walking in, and they'll just kind of nod to you or something like that. But you do see the little gnome come walking in. Although he's
Okay.
walked away for a second.
Okay.
Because it seems like every time I decide I'm calling on somebody, they have to get up and walk away for a second. So I'll come back to you in just a second.
Okay.
Let's jump to Koga as you're going to talk to Teresa. Unless you need to get up and run to the bathroom.
Well, actually, no. Let's go talk to Teresa.
Teresa.
I'll walk down to the hall where she's being kept. Just kind of go check on her, knock on the door, make sure she's like by herself, not with her daughter or anything of that nature.
She's
If she
by
all right,
herself.
she's like, okay. I'll be like, knock knock, how you doing?
Koga, how are you?
You know, I've seen better days.
I
And
have
like
now.
he'll come in, he's all beat the fuck up.
So,
And
I'm sorry that I shocked you by being forward and trying to kiss you. I I misread the situation.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I was definitely flattered. But we don't really know each other that well.
Okay. So how well does one have to know somebody before you're allowed to kiss?
Well, I guess it just depends on the situation. Um, like in your situation, I don't want to take advantage of you while you're getting over this. While you're getting better. I definitely want to be there and help you. Why are you are you attracted to me? I mean, it's pretty
Yes.
obvious, but
Yes, I'm attracted to you. Um, it's also a matter of, besides being attracted to you physically, Koga, you have an air of wisdom to you. You I mean, clearly you understand what I'm going through. You went through it, I guess, in a way. You went through it maybe as you were growing and learning how to
yeah.
control it. Um, nobody nobody's going to understand me, so I feel that bond with you. But you're also attractive.
Oh, well, thank you. It's the mullet. It does it for people.
It's definitely the hair. And I don't just mean the hair on your, I mean, you have a tuft on your chest that sticks out a little bit. And your arms are kind of hairy too.
I mean, I've been mistaken for a gorilla once or twice.
I I don't see gorilla. I see bear.
That too.
Have you ever been married?
Oh no, I don't believe in marriage.
Really?
I personally believe that people should just be free to pursue any kind of relationship that they feel like they want to pursue.
I see. Um, what are your feelings on commitment, though?
Oh, I believe that, like with my mom and dad, I think it worked well for them. I haven't met anybody that I want to settle down with or be a mate with yet. But I've had partners before, flings. Nothing that's lasted more than a season.
And what does that mate look like that you would settle down with? What is that? What's that look like?
I don't actually think I've given it much thought.
Okay. Are you at all? I mean, do you ever want children?
I actually think I might have a few back home.
Oh. Okay. Koga, do I stand a chance?
I mean, I would say probably.
I don't want to just be a bed partner.
Oh. Oh, well, so you want, like, the ring on it.
I don't have to have a ring, but I would like a commitment. I've never been in what you described where I was, don't get me wrong, my husband clearly was very willing to have other relationships, whereas I thought we were committed to just each other. I wouldn't know what it's like to be free.
Oh my god, you should totally try it.
But just being with whatever man I want to, whenever I want to.
I mean, within the right circumstances, if you feel it's right, then yeah. Man, woman, you know.
Oh. I've never thought of that as a possibility.
I mean, the world is your literal oyster right now.
But will I once I change for the first time, will that amount of passion make me change?
Well, you're definitely probably going to see an increase in your sex drive.
I'm saying during sex, will I change into a wolf? Or
That's a possibility if
a
you don't have
werewolf?
control.
It's a possibility. So it's not necessarily a fact. I won't necessarily. I won't definitely. I could if I don't control it, though.
Yeah, you got to learn to control it, though. Because you weren't born with the gift. But right now, you are choosing to make it a gift and not a curse.
So then, would you help me learn to control that?
Oh, well. I mean,
You know, once
maybe.
I've changed and it's possible for me to change, will you help me learn how to control that change during sex?
I mean, I'm not against it.
Huh. Maybe this open thing will work.
But I'm going to go ahead and let you know. You still got something you got to deal with. The boys, they're still out there. Romance aside, are you really still wanting vengeance?
I think I want justice.
And what does justice look like for you?
Somebody else killing them. Not all three of them. I don't know. What is there like a werewolf council?
Well, he could pay the blood price.
What is that?
Well, depends on what you want the blood price to be. He could literally pay you gold in recompense.
What else?
I'm trying,
What other
sorry,
things?
Seti, I'm trying
Oh.
not to pay attention to this. chat that's going on now on the side. I'm going to turn that off real quick. I'm sorry, Teresa. I'm getting a real headache. I feel like Runa's sending me a lot of signals right now. And I feel like I'm going to have to
I'm
kick
sending you
Norman.
signals, and you haven't gotten a headache from me.
Oh, I mean, these are beautiful signals.
So besides him paying me in gold, what else could there be?
Banishment.
Okay.
He can never enter Vallaki again. He and his brothers would leave. You could have him locked up. Or you could seek his death. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Just know that if you seek the death, they will fight back.
I mean, of the three, one of them... Only one killed my father, only one bit me. The other one didn't do anything. I guess I need to think about it.
Take your time. Think about it.
How long will I crave blood and steak? I really want... I don't just want, like... I want bloody chicken. Is what I really want.
Okay.
Like
we can get
raw chicken.
It's really strong.
I don't want it battered. I don't want it boiled. I just want chicken. I don't even know if I could pull the feathers off, but that would probably... Yeah, I should probably pluck it. I should pluck it. But yes, I want chicken.
May I? I'm going to feel your forehead.
She leans into it. And she's definitely running a fever.
Oh, yeah. That fever's pretty bad. How much longer do I think she's going to have this fever for?
Probably another day. It'll probably break, like, the full moon, I said, was what, in 4 days, and now it'll be in 3 more days. You figure the fever will probably break the day before the full moon.
Looks like I'm going to have to attend to this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stay with the group. You and me probably need to start heading out.
We can't just, like, go down in the cellar and I get chained up and...
I didn't know if you were into that or not.
Maybe I'll need to be once a month now. How... Like, just the full moon or, like, the day before and the day after?
The day before, you're going to really feel it, the itch. You'll feel it coming. Almost like a itch you just can't scratch. The day of... It's going to be a lot of sweating. There's going to be a lot of hunger. Other itches that you won't be able to scratch until it happens. All of you shut up outside. I can hear you chuckling, Norman. But the day of, you're going to want to go out to the woods. You're going to want to get yourself on a scent of a deer, bear, boar, something. Something that can take the fight. Because you'll hunt, you'll chase, you'll crave the blood, you'll crave the flesh. But I think for the next day or so, we need to work on your breathing.
Can you explain? I mean, why do I need to work on breathing?
Because it all starts with a good, solid breath. It all starts with your energy at your core. And I'll explain to her the basics of meditation through my monk class.
Okay. We can.
And basically what I'm going to do is her first class, if she ends up like becoming an adventurer, is I'll teach her monk.
Okay. We can cut away so that you can go read the sidebar and join in the shenanigans as you begin teaching her meditation. And we will cut over to Norman and Cass. Is Norman back? Okay, there he is.
Oh yeah, I'm here.
So Norman, you come walking through the church and everything, and you see Cass. She's just kind of sitting by herself, looking around as she's eating. The Dusk Elves are like around her, but they're giving her like a wide berth so she can like come into her own.
And she is not like a Ravenloft elf, correct?
No, she's not a Dusk Elf. She's not a Ravenloft elf that you can tell. She is. Are you a Wood Elf, Cass?
I'm a high elf.
You're a high elf. Look at you being snooty. She is a high elf, Norman. You've heard of elves who look royal and regal, and she has a certain sense to her that has it. She doesn't necessarily look like royalty, but she's definitely not a wood elf, and she's definitely not a dark elf. She's not a shadow elf. She's kind of a shimmery high elf.
I will sit across from her if possible.
Okay.
Give Piccolo like a piece of fruit, something he can run off and eat that'll keep him occupied for a little while. And I will look at Cass and say, we have almost destroyed the Defilers. Next is the undead. While I'm not really a fighter, I don't mind doing the Morning Lord's work. If you are interested in getting back or exacting your revenge on the last of the druids, you are welcome to join us.
I'll join.
I don't know what you guys all talked about last week, so I just, if that's already been established, whatever. Norm's just shooting the shit with you.
Okay. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Cassian, also known as Cass. I would like to join the group if they eventually trust me. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I'm Norman Nemesis. I am happy to be spreading the word of the Morning Lord through this area.
Yes.
I have an affinity for nature. That is my first calling, but since I've been brought through the mist to this world, I've realized the Morning Lord is the only source of light in it.
You said nature. Would you like to see my familiar?
Oh, very much so. I know of the surface elves, but I've rarely seen one before. And I'd be very curious to see what sort of spirit animal is your companion.
Thank you so much. Velrun. I'm gonna summon Velrun.
You see from the rafter up by the tower bell, At first, you think maybe it's a smaller raven, Norman, but once it gets closer to you, you can tell that nope, it's a crow, and it flies right down, um, lands on the table right next to where she is, um, and literally starts picking some of the food off of her plate.
Valren, that is not very nice.
It takes the
You-
piece and pulls it off the plate and kind of just nestles down a little bit with a large chunk of the rabbit that it pulled
I'm
off
gonna,
the plate.
It's wing and be. You should have asked first. Not very nice.
It kind of pushes it back towards you.
I'll just give it to you this time, but next time that you ask.
It grabs it and pulls it back towards it. Kind of tilts his head as he looks at Norman.
This is Norman, one of the newest companions and that we met. I just met him.
Norman, just so you know, your speak with animals has wore out.
I figured.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, since we haven't rested yet, I'm not going to do another one. I will look at your familiar. Very pleasant to meet you. One of our companions, Runa, the large warrior woman, she has an affinity for crows, I believe. Actually, most of the things we found on the Defilers have been, frankly, evil things that need to be destroyed. But Runa did find a crow soul trapped in a fetish that she was able to release. Right?
I'm laughing
With
because
a rare raven soul in a raven's feather that I released.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, but I'm just speaking like I'm putting a little magic flair on
you
it.
do live underground, so I can see why a raven and a crow would be similar to you.
Yeah. The blackbirds, they're all over the place.
Yeah.
The druid that doesn't know the
Why-
difference
okay.
between a raven and a crow, right here.
Valid. Yeah. Can I clarify? Did you say fetish?
I just said fetish. Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't mean it nearly
Have
the
you not
way you're
played
taking
White
it.
Wolf games like Werewolf the Apocalypse? And that game, like
Yes.
magic items have spirits trapped in them, and they call them fetishes.
Yep.
I'm just using fun magic words.
Okay. I was very confused.
Not accusing you of doing icky things with a feather.
Or with ravens.
Oh, yes. Or crows.
Definitely not with crows.
I think that is something you and Runa could bond over.
thank you. And I'm gonna kind of put Valren in my palm and then make him go back into my shadow.
Yep.
Now, Seti, I may need a clarification here,
Mm-hmm.
because this was 2 weeks ago. Korga found, was it a staff of the Grove Keeper that was broken?
Yes, cannot be repaired.
Okay. Well, Tobias had mended it, so I realize it can't have its power restored.
Right.
Corveus
What?
ended it.
I want to see if I can have power put into it eventually.
Okay.
And I would like to take that out and show it to Cass and say, we found this on one of the Defilers. It was broken, and has been repaired, but it seems like at one time it may have been an item of great value to a druid. Would you recognize anything about it? I'm not familiar with the woodlands. I'm just trying to get like an arcana check to see if she kind of knows what a staff of the woodland or grove master is. I have
Okay.
no idea what it can do.
Can I roll an Arcana check?
Uh-huh.
Oof. That was a 3.
You have no idea what that is.
I'm sorry, I have no idea what that is.
It could have been something entirely unique. I'm not familiar with the groves I'm used to are mushroom groves. I assume this is probably more attuned to a forest based on the patterns on it.
Maybe. Can I roll a history check real quick?
Uh-huh.
Hello?
Yeah. What'd you get?
I said it was an 8.
Oh, I didn't even hear you. I'm sorry. I
It's
didn't
fine.
even hear you. So what were you rolling for to see if you remember anything like that?
Yes, or like the history based off of the groves that are in um the staff.
No, you don't. You don't know much about the, especially in this area. Um, but the grove you came from, the wood around that area, this does not look familiar from that
Okay.
from those trees.
Okay. It doesn't look familiar, I'm sorry. If you hold on to it, I can try to see if someone from another village knows about it.
I intend to. It seems to be a fine staff.
Indeed.
You wouldn't happen to be a woodworker, would you?
Woodworker? No, I'm not. I'm sorry. I
No,
mostly
no.
do uh hunting, like bounty hunting quest-wise.
Well, I am in need of a carpenter, so I believe I will head across to the church to speak with Father Lucian.
You guys are in
You're
the church.
welcome. Oh, we're in the. Oh, that's right. We're in the church eating. I thought we went to get food anyway. Um, so I wish to speak with Father Lucian. I will see you when I am finished.
Okay. Well, it was nice meeting you.
It was nice meeting you as well. I'll let you know when we intend to go back against the Defilers.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
So when I come back to you, you'll be going to see Father Lucian.
Yep.
Runa.
Yeah.
Laura now has the list. I sent it to her of the new
I have the
patients.
list. Oh,
you
okay.
You have it too?
I have the old infirmary spreadsheet. Did you add it to that, or did you add it somewhere else?
I didn't.
I'm gonna add it to the spreadsheet.
Yeah, she can't
Okay, do that.
do that. Are you doing anything
Okay.
else before then?
So I am guarding the door until Alara comes out from her death watch.
Okay. Every once in a while, you'll hear some chuckles from inside the room, or usually the chuckles are preceded by a slight coughing fit and some moaning.
Okay.
The chuckles turn into coughing, which you are very familiar from for the past couple weeks. That the laugh turns into a cough, which turns into a oh.
Yes.
Only
Yes.
her
I'm familiar with
O's
that.
are much worse than yours were.
Yeah, I'm sure they were. So yeah, I'm keeping a watch out. If called to do anything, I might set a different person to watch. Like, don't go in there. Just come get me if there's a knock. Just if they need muscle for whatever reason.
Okay.
But for the most part, I'm standing guard until I get the all clear.
Okay. As you end up having somebody come along. One of the other guard. In fact, remember Alandra?
Yeah.
Hey, she comes walking by, checking things out, and you can have her wash the door for you. And Simon actually comes walking up almost the same time and goes, "Mom."
Mommy.
I thought she was mommy.
Oh, I'm sorry. My brain is on vacation right now.
It's okay. Because I
got
practiced
mixed up.
all week
So, yes,
long.
I'm mom. Yes.
In my head, I'm
Yes.
like,
I'm
Runa's mom, Alara's mommy, Runa's mom, Alara's mommy. And now I call you mom, and you're like,
A shield calls me mommy, and it drives me crazy.
yes.
Yes.
Yes, your princess calls you mommy, your son calls you mom.
Princess.
Oh, he's an
What does that
alien
mean?
now. There you go. So Simon comes walking up just as you explain to Alandra, please watch the door. He's like, Mom.
What?
I hungry? Not want bat wing.
Okay.
Food
Can
in
we do
church.
cooked food right now? Yes, I will go get you some.
Thank you.
Okay. Can you go sit in... Our room is currently occupied or not?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I
Can
didn't expect you guys to be back right away.
Right. That's fine. That's fine. Can you wait... Can you go wash your hands by the well for me?
Yes.
And then wait in front of the school without getting your hands dirty again. Can you do that?
Wash hands, no get dirty, stand by school.
Cool. Thank you.
And he takes off running.
Perfect. I will go into the church and why do people need my attention? I don't need attention. I'm gonna go get some food.
Okay.
Sky yelling. Is the sky yelling?
Okay. Are you get over there, you see New Girl.
Yep.
You see, actually, Norman, are you going to be talking to Father Lucian privately or just out there in the open? Of the church.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I thought I was muted. My dog's
You're good.
barking at the sky again.
Couldn't hear it.
I would like to speak with him. It doesn't have to be like privately in an office, but away from everyone else.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. As you're walking, as you get up into the food line, you would see Father Lucian and Norman kind of off in a corner talking. You do see Cassian. And you can tell that Casimir and his small group of Dusk Elves are keeping a good eye on her and keeping her safe, but also at the same time making sure that others are safe from her. Since you guys don't really know a lot about her, you don't really know where she came from. Um, that sounds horrible. Norman wants some alone time with the priest. That just sounds horrible. Oh man.
I'm a priest in training.
Yes.
I'm gonna get. I'll get the food first.
Okay.
And then I will pause by Cass
Okay.
as I'm heading out,
Okay.
and say, actually, Cass, make an insight check for me, please.
You muted, Cass. Are you still there? Jinxie.
Jinx.
Okay.
I
We'll come
will.
back to you.
I'll get it. I'll get it back from her
Okay.
in a second. But I will offer her to come with me if she needs to get out of the church.
You guys picked up another follower from somebody.
Oh, nice.
Now you're only 13 shy.
Woo! My characters. I should have pulled Runa up anyway. Didn't.
Corveus. Anything
Yeah.
in particular you want to handle now, sir?
Alright. Is there a little old lady I can murder while everyone's talking?
Yes, there
Yes.
is.
She's already dead.
Wow.
I'm full of resurrection.
Ilara beat you to it.
I got you. Don't worry about it.
I'm
I'm going for that soldier next. He and I are gonna have some words.
Title. Murder bot.
I just want to talk to him.
Just want to talk to her. Just want to kill her.
Alright.
I will mute myself. I'm sorry.
How are these guys making progress on clearing out the houses, getting ready to move the berms?
You feel like they are being a little too thorough, taking too long.
Alright.
It's not so
But-
much that they look like they're searching for stuff, but they are like even opening up cabinets. Like there might be somebody hiding inside of a cabinet.
Alright. The easiest way to flush things hiding in houses out is to catch those houses on fire. But but since Runa's not gonna let me catch anything on fire because she's a fun sucker. But
So hold it.
Alright, so
what you're telling us, Sheila, is that Runa doesn't want anything set on fire? Is that what you're telling us, Sheila?
Runa said no.
Runa said no to what?
You motherfucker.
I remember
Okay.
what the go word is.
What you said.
And I'm
So,
supposed to be behaving.
yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna try and motivate these guys to get a move on.
Okay.
Stop
What
looting.
time is it, roughly?
It's shortly after lunchtime, maybe 1:30
Alright.
in the afternoon.
So, yeah, so I'm just going to smack one of them around a little bit and be like, you need to get a move on. Quit stealing shit from these people. They've lost enough as it is. And if you don't hurry up and get these berms put up, Strahd is going to show up and burn this place down.
Runa said we're not setting up berms. We need to clear the houses so that once the druids are all gone, then the berms get moved.
So where is Runa now?
I don't know how
She's not
disrespectful
here,
I'm
right?
allowed to be about her in front of you.
We're besties. You can say what you need to say.
I don't know where Runa is. Where's Alara?
Probably wherever Runa is.
That's a nice way of putting it, yeah.
But what we have a problem with is these berms are over here, and we need them over there.
Understood, sir. Look, all I know is Runa said clean the houses out.
That doesn't mean...
I
that
would.
means
I took it literal.
sweep through, check the corners, make sure no one's there. You're not pocketing everything you find that's valuable. Right?
Not everything.
Nothing. Is your house on the deed? Your name on the deed?
No, my name is not on the deed.
Right. So it's not your house, right?
Not my house.
And what is your normal job?
I'm a Vistani.
What is your...
What do you
Right.
think my normal job is? What I'm doing now.
Your job is to make Runa happy, and Runa wants to be happy is to have these berms built to protect the people.
Yes, that's what makes Runa happy.
And if you don't get it done, she's going to tell Madame Eva.
That
You're
I
fine.
tried to say that earlier, and I got in trouble for saying that wherever Alara is, and so I'm sure that Alara makes Runa happy too, but
Probably
right now Runa's
Runa-
happy if I don't steal from them and I just clean out the.
Like days, she is the least happy person I've ever met in my entire all of existence. And I know Dugan over here. Do you know Dugan? Wait, no. Of course you don't see him. You don't know him, but he's just barely more tolerable than Runa most of the time. But
One
no.
of the other Vistani goes, "Is that guy's name?"
Yeah.
Hold it. You can see him. It's like, yeah, you know that's my power. I see spirits, and I was curious what that guy's name was that follows Corveus around.
So you see the big hole in his neck and the dent
Yeah.
in his armor, right?
Yeah.
Right. Runa did that because he wasn't building the berm fast enough in the first place.
Okay. We'll stop looking for possessions and we'll just look for people and creatures and we'll clear faster.
All right, let's do this. I have all the faith in you and your people.
No, you don't.
I do. Trust me. My sister's half Vistani.
Which
the other half
half?
is dirt.
Dang.
Probably the skeleton part now because the rest of it's decayed.
I'm glad I waited for you to say she's dead. I was going to ask if she's hot.
Well, she didn't pray, so her soul's probably hot right now.
She didn't die here in Vistani, in Vallaki, did she?
No. She died in Mordred.
Oh, not Morden.
But I have a scroll. I might bring her back. I don't know. It took long enough to bury her the first time and then get her to leave me alone.
Okay. I'll let everybody else know that we need to clear, not clean.
Got it.
And you hear him going through the house, telling the other Vistani that are helping him. Standing at the door are the front door and the back door of the house are two dusk elves each, both with one has a longbow, the other has a crossbow, and the same at the back door, that one longbow, one crossbow. And they turn and look at you and they go, "Yes, sir. We'll make sure that we're We're paying attention to what's going on. Do you want us to shoot any of them that continue to steal?
No. But just let me know if they keep taking things that aren't necessarily theirs.
Will do. Been a long time since we get to watch them instead of them watching us. Kind of like this. Thanks, Corvus.
You're welcome, bro.
Okay, Runa, we'll cut back to you. You were going to talk to Little Bit.
Pass insight check from you.
Did you hear that, Cass?
You're muted.
There you go.
Oops.
There you go. You're good.
Insight check?
Yes, please.
Okay. 16.
You can clearly see Runa, as she's approaching you, is mildly on edge. It's not active hostility. It's definitely an apprehension as she approaches you. But she does approach you and say, are you any good with medicines or any type of healing?
Yes.
Do you feel like doing some work at the moment, or do you want to remain here and relax?
Yeah, I can help.
Okay. We're doing some work in the church. I'm sure we can put idle hands to work, if you will.
Yes.
And she'll lead you off. But she is going to stop and give Simon some food as we walk back to the infirmary.
Okay.
Okay, before we go to break, Koga. Okay.
Yes.
Give me. Why don't you go ahead and give me 3 rolls as you're teaching her about meditation. What do you think your roles need to be? Do you think it should be profession or, performance rather, or wisdom for teaching?
I would say wisdom.
Okay.
First roll is a 12.
Okay.
Second roll is a 16.
Okay.
Third roll is a 17.
Okay.
My son took all my 20s.
That's horrible.
He was sitting here rolling my dice, and he was like, 20, 20, 20. And I was like, son, please stop.
Oh, you mean in that way he took all your 20s. Okay.
Yes.
Well, you matched her first roll, and you blew the second and third roll out of the water, so you're good to go.
All right.
You have essentially started her down the path of being a monk.
All right.
So we will eventually have her take a level of monk. And it is 8 o'clock, so we're going to go ahead and take our break, our 8 at 8. VOD, Twitch, live people. We'll be back in 8 minutes. Get some hydration, stretch your legs, kiss a spouse, and cuddle a pet. I was going to say pet a pet, and that just sounds weird. So, cuddle a pet. Or
It's
cuddle a stuffy if you had. Oh my god, I can't believe I called him that. I can't believe I said stuffy. That I am way too old to be calling him that. I'll see you in 8 minutes.
Oh man. You hit
We are back, everybody. It was a little bit longer than 8 minutes, but that's what happens when we start talking and I get busy reading the chat from those people.
those people. What do you mean by those
I
people?
know.
What do you think
That
I
is
mean by
high
those
quality.
people?
That is high quality education right there. I used it all.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I used all 7 of my brain cells.
I was talking to Jamie D20 dinner earlier today, talking about a wonderful conversation that occurred yesterday in the tavern and in our after chat about don't come for me, calm down, everybody stay calm, okay? I'm talking to you, Corbin. If listening to an audiobook is still considered reading,
No.
we're not getting into it.
I will tell you why, because I listen to audiobooks because I cannot read anymore. I know that sounds retarded, but I cannot sit and read a book anymore. I can't. That's why I haven't finished Runa's book. I'm like, I don't know, 2/3 of the way through. I can't focus anymore.
Anyway,
Totally different skill.
I'm immortalized.
as I'm driving to work, we're talking and everything, and I was talking about it, and she was talking about it, and I said, well, you people, and she goes, and what do you mean by you people? You audio book listeners, you people. That's what I mean by you people, you audiobook listeners. Look, it is definitely still consumption of the knowledge. It is. I am jealous of it. I wish I could. I can't. I'm not belittling it because I think it's amazing that you guys get to do that. So, anyway, the point was you people. So, Carl, you take it however you want. But I'm talking about you people as in you 6 and that chat. You people. You people.
That's my new character idea.
Oh my god. I'm glad I'm not looking in the chat anymore.
Pew pew.
I'm curious, what do you 5? Because now I'm putting you on the spot. What do you 5 think of Jinx's adorable little, what's it called?
VTubing model.
Yeah, sure.
I love it. I think it's great.
I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Thank
how
you.
do I get more?
It's a free software.
She asked me
I
if
love
it was
it.
too distracting, and I was like, no.
Have you met us?
Right, we're way more distracting than that.
We're so much more distracting in the background. It's not even funny.
We proved that beyond any doubt tonight.
Yes.
You
We
give me
are
a couple
so
more
much
a couple more weeks to get totally used to it, and it'll turn into some kind of, just you'll just be a human again to me. It'll blend in.
Oh yeah.
Corbin says it's adorable. I agree. It is adorable.
It is really stinking cute.
Thank you.
I
Big
love
fan.
it.
And she is the baby of the group, so you know. She deserves to be able to make something cute and adorable like that.
I lost the title.
Sorry, Carl.
You're never the baby of the group, Carl.
Oh, you're meaning actual age, not intellectual age. Supreme.
Calendar age.
Still,
If
you
my
guys
mom wasn't a
are 13 followers shy.
Yep.
I'm
Where
I have
I'm
to
looking
make
forward to it.
14 calls.
Yes, you have to make 14 fake files.
Works for me.
I cracked my neck back.
Well,
Lovely.
you know it's not me if that happens.
Only YouTube video I ever did had comments on it. They were all my comments from 11 different posts. No, I'm just kidding.
Carl's just having conversations with himself in the comments of videos now.
Right? Jinxie, you're 20. You're 24, correct?
Yes.
What month is your birthday in?
May.
Corbin, what month is Caden's birthday in?
We need the Jeopardy theme song on a button when we wait for chat. March. Okay.
Yep. So you are barely the baby of the group.
Oh.
Of the entire crew.
Yeah,
Mhm.
of all of us.
Just saying.
I
Of
think.
everybody.
Yep.
How old's Jordan?
I was going to say until your new Tuesday group starts because I think she's 22.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, y'all ready to get back to it?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Of course, because Norman walked away.
I'm right here. I just want it out.
Oh, okay. But we're gonna start back with Aqua and Cass.
Who's
Whoa.
Aqua?
Yeah, that was jarring to hear a little bit. That was
I'm being a smartass. You mean Runa and Cass? Yeah.
Yes, Runa and Cass. Cass. Jeez.
Cass. Alright. But yeah, Runa offers for her to follow. And she stops and gives Simon his plate of food. When he's, because I'm assuming at this point he has returned to his spot where I told him to be.
Not only did he return to the spot, but he is like this.
I love it so much.
Not
I
like
can't
this. Not like this, but he is like this. Sitting there
Okay.
with his hands up. This way they don't
Are they
touch anything.
Good. Okay. I hand him the plate. Now you can touch the plate.
He takes the plate and sits down. And I mean, as soon as he sits down, he like puts his hand on the ground to help position himself, and he stops and looks at it for a second.
You're fine. It's fine. Just eat your food.
wipe it on your pants, bud.
Right.
You're an adventurer. It's fine.
He
Yeah,
licks
wipe it
his
on your
hand
pants.
clean.
God. Okay. Just eat your food, please.
Oh,
Is it okay?
It good. Thank you.
Good. Okay. Eat your food. Come get me if you need something else. Otherwise, go play with Arabelle.
Okay. We got a new game. Monkey in Monkey Middle.
Monkey middle. Okay. Who's usually the monkey?
Piccolo.
Oh, okay. What?
It's a monkey.
What do you? Yeah. Okay. What do you do with this game?
Throw the ball back and forth. Monkey Middle.
Okay. Do you take turns being the monkey in the middle?
No, Piccolo monkey.
Okay. we'll discuss that later. Enjoy your game. Eat your food. Get me if you need anything. Okay.
Okay. Love you.
Love you.
I know. See, mommy. Tell mommy love.
Mommy's working. I'll let her know.
Mommy was sick people. He starts eating.
Yes, mommy's working. Okay. And I'll continue in.
Okay. Norman,
Yes, sir.
let's talk to Father Lucian.
All right.
Because I almost have 3 people in one area. Almost.
Okay, perfect.
Almost.
And And this won't take long. This is an easy thing. I would like to tell Father Lucian about the progress we made with the Defilers
Okay.
and let him know we believe there is only one base left and we are about to. Oh, okay, 2 bases left. And we hope by tomorrow to have them cleared out. My concern is after that, we will need to address the undead.
Okay.
And I don't know if Father Lucian is in a position with our supplies to possibly provide us with holy water or some blessed items that may assist us in dealing with the undead.
So how you asking him? What do you say?
Once we have finished with the Defilers, our next hurdle to restoring Vallaki to its former self will be addressing the undead and I assume Lady Walker. Would the Morning Lord be able to provide us with blessed water or blessed items that might assist us in our battle against them?
Yes, Norman. I've been making sure to keep a full reserve just in case. I do have an entire barrel downstairs that was acquired from the empty barrels that usually held wine. It's tinged just a little bit. It does have like a little bit of a coloration to it. The water does. Possibly the best batch of holy water I've ever made. Because it has that little bit of tinge of color to it, and it smells a little aromatic. That it has just a hint of like a grape flavoring to that, a grape scent to it. It's just slightly purplish, but it is holy water, and it is a whole barrel full.
Well, I don't think we would need a whole barrel, but perhaps some vials. If it were oil or something that would burn, I'd say we would take it all, but I don't think we'll need quite that much.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with any undead other than skeletons and zombies. I've really never had an instance to interact with that.
So I know that there are skeletons out there. I know there's zombies out there, and there are some of the vampire spawn. There are a few. I will put the call out to everybody that lives in this general vicinity, this area, for any type of vials that we can get a hold of. And you said you still have 2 of the dark druids, so that'll give me at least a day, maybe 2 days to be able to acquire. Depends how you guys go. I mean, it could probably take up to 4 days. But I will work on that for you. As far as weapons, we don't have a whole lot, but I can definitely bless what there is. I could I could work on some if you had specific ones you wanted me to bless.
Yes, the fates provide me the ability to enchant my own weapon, but I cannot do it for someone else. I didn't know if you had a potion or an oil that might apply a blessing to a weapon if needed.
I I will have to look in my office. I believe
I
I have
appreciate your
I
time.
believe I have a couple oils of Saint Agnes. She was a holy paladin that
That would help us greatly bring peace back to Valaki.
I'm not willing to part with my own mace, but
I would not
if you
ask
get
that
to a
of you.
point where you need, I wouldn't mind getting out there and cracking a few skulls. I haven't done it in quite a while.
We would be honored to
I
have you
don't
accompany us.
I don't have to. Um, I don't expect anyone to protect me. I'm not weak. I'm not squishy. But I also know my importance to the village itself.
Oh,
And
your duties are better placed in the church than in the field of battle. But if you'd like to see if your arm still has the swing to it, you are welcome to join us.
I I know my arm still has a swing. Every once in a while I go out into the graveyard and there's one tree that if it were unholy, I've already put a smackdown on it several times. So, if you get in a spot, if you get into a jam, let me know. I will start working
I
in more
will.
holy water, trying to get the vials and everything, and I'll see what I can do about blessing some weapons. At the very least, blessing some, maybe blessing some arrow tips or something, or bolt tips.
Or even just some stakes.
Okay.
I forgot vampires. I am acquainted with the little pests that they call vampires, the minor ones. I've not met one of significant power.
Yes.
Once they're susceptible to fire, I don't think our party will have much trouble dispatching them.
Okay. Good. Good. There goes Runa now. She's looks like she got a plate of food for Simon. Um, the new girl. She's got some
Cass?
darkness. Cass. She she definitely has a little darkness to her. She's
As in sorrow or intent?
oh no, not intent. She has clearly been through a few things. She's not
Well, if
nearly
she
as
could
tough
not
as she
be,
thinks she is.
if she did not have if the fates did not decide that she should meet Kurz the Tabaxi, then I'm glad they brought her to us.
I would love to meet this Tabaxi that you speak of. He sounds so pleasant.
He is incredibly wise.
He sounds like it. Maybe someday the fates will align and I'll have the opportunity to. We shall see. Thank you,
I've
Norman.
learned. Thank you, Father Lucian. I've learned not to discount the possibility of anything in this place. But our party appreciates your help. And speaking of, I would like to go speak with Runa, since she is in here.
She just walked out the door. She's headed to the most likely headed to the infirmary with that plate, but it looks like she took the new girl Cass with her. So looks like the rest of the group will probably be over there at the infirmary also.
My magic is mostly tapped, but what little I have left, I could at least provide some relief to the injured and sick.
Go well with thee, son.
Thank
and
you.
he will go ahead and cast Bless on you.
Okay. You want to show me on the doll where he touched me to cast it?
Jesus.
On your shoulder. How about that? On your shoulder.
Jesus Christ.
Nope. It was the Morning Lord.
Fuck off.
We already covered Immaculate Conception earlier. We don't need to go down.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Laura's carrying the new baby Jesus in her right now.
No! No! Oh, girl.
Corveus, I
wish.
assume that you head back towards the village
Yes.
after checking on your boys out there
Yep.
clearing the houses, not cleaning the houses.
Yep.
As you get back towards the main staging area of the safe zone, you see Runa hand a plate of food to Simon, who you just stood there staring at for a few moments because the boy was just sitting there like this. Just sitting there, waiting. You're not even sure why, but he was just sitting there waiting. And Runa hands him a plate, and then her and that new girl, Cass, walk into the infirmary. And right after that, you see Norman and his little gnome legs running towards the infirmary. You gonna follow, or you just want to make it difficult and go somewhere else?
Let's see. Yeah, no, I'll walk over there. I was thinking about walking over there and kicking the food out of Simon's hand.
Oh no.
I was gonna tell him it was poison.
One of
No.
these days, Elara's just gonna throw a right hook at Corveus and just see what happens.
You guys have never caught Corveus doing anything to this.
No, I know she has no idea. She's never seen any of it.
But Mage Hand is going to be a great spell one day.
Last thing.
Take it right out of his hand.
Bastard.
So Koga, you spent majority of the lunch hour with Teresa, teaching her how to meditate. That's what the kids are calling it these days. And you finally come walking back over to. And she stays in one of the houses near the church. Teresa's staying in this house. You can't see it if I don't point at it. In this house
Please
right
mark it.
here. Oh wow.
So I can look at it later.
Mark it. You said.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't
Okay.
matter.
It's that one right there.
I'm not looking, but whatever. Okay.
Right above there. Oh yeah, you can't see it. Somebody got it for me?
Don't have out there. It will pull.
I forgot. Calm down. I see missing like looking intently, but
I'm I'm gonna try and figure it out. Just give me a minute.
oh, okay. I'm sorry. I can do it.
I gotta figure out how to use owlbear at some point.
You
Okay.
don't
I
need
don't- I-
it that big. Calm down. So Koga,
Yeah.
We're only 7th level.
Okay.
What? Oh, yeah, we are.
We're not 9th level.
I know. I already have plans for 8th level. That's why I said at
Oh,
9th level.
The next one.
So that's my future wife's house there.
That's Koga's marital home.
I don't know what happened, but somehow I got married while I was gone.
So every time you say you live in the doghouse,
and she lives there with a couple people, because her
Including her
house was
daughter?
actually her original house was over. The original house was, I think, that one. So
That
of
looks
course,
great.
it would be burned down.
anyway, Koga, you come walking into the infirmary. So you know, Alara, mother has passed away.
Yep.
And she didn't even have a death rattle. There was not even a death wheeze. It was, she sighed and left. It was very peaceful. Way more peaceful than when she was laboring to stay alive. So Koga, you come walking in and you kind of see all of them standing right there in the foyer area.
Hey, everybody. So, I need to talk to everybody.
Have the boys been misbehaving?
It's kind of like that. There's a lot.
Before Koga starts talking, Runa will ask one of the attendants that's nearby, is there a private room that we could utilize for the moment?
I don't mean to be
Or should
rude.
we go-
I don't mean to be rude, but the room where Lara just came out of, there's only one body in there, and I don't think they're gonna tell anyone.
You don't think? You're not certain, though.
Okay.
Speak with the dead.
As long as everybody's okay standing around a corpse.
Have you seen where we're at?
I'm more concerned about our newest person. Thank you.
Because we have had more conversations around corpses.
I mean,
That is
we could go ahead and remove the body real quick, but we haven't got to clean the room up or anything.
We can take care of that.
Getting the body or cleaning the room?
Cleaning the room. You get the body out,
Okay.
we'll clean the room.
Okay.
We'll clean the room when we're done. We'll make
Yeah.
sure it's
Okay.
ready.
She calls over two of the attendings, and they grab the bed sheet and everything and pick it up and remove the body to take to the burn pile unless there's room in the graveyard still.
Runa will shut the door. Once everybody's inside. And we'll. Is Alandra still around?
Is she?
I mean,
Laura?
she's the one.
Yeah, she would have. I mean, she was guarding the door till I came out, so she's
Yeah.
still probably within earshot. Ilara will
I
ask
would-
her to
Yeah.
just hang out for another minute.
Just stand by the door until we come out again. I think.
Are you gonna keep talking, or are you
Anyway.
gonna let Koga talk now?
Yes, Koga, go ahead.
By your leave. there's a lot that's going to be going on soon, and what you guys don't need right now are a bunch of werewolves fighting, especially
Okay.
in the middle of the town. So I'm going to take Teresa into the woods for about a month
Brown chicken, brown
Okay.
cow.
and get her ready
Brown
what's
chicken,
happening.
brown cow.
And I'll be checking in on the boys at that time too. So I don't know how much help I'm going to be to you guys now. Because if I leave this unattended, it could blow up.
Mhm.
And I don't have the time to dedicate between doing this and supporting you guys.
I think preventing the werewolves from becoming unruly is probably the better choice. Uh, we will miss you in the battle, though.
I'll still
I
be
agree.
nearby. If anything really bad comes up, you just get with the boys to the north of town and they can come find me.
Yeah, we don't. I mean, as far as the town's concerned, the werewolves are still very much a threat. We don't need to prove anybody right.
Yeah. I
Will
agree.
you be
Especially if we
here?
want them to integrate later.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think they'd be a great asset to the town.
Will you need to leave soon, or are you able to accompany us to deal with the last of the defilers?
I have one day before she turns.
I'm not laughing at that, sorry. Feeding options. Uh, I do not know the effects, how the effects affect you uh, prior to changing. I've never been around a were creature before. I don't know. Is it safe for you to stay another day in town, or is it better if you leave?
It'll be better if I take Teresa and leave.
Okay.
Because she's not going
Okay.
to have full control. And I'm going to need to be there to try and keep her under control.
Your
I
guidance is necessity.
I think if you were to potentially go and utilize some of the cabins to the south, that might be feasible. I think most of Valaki at this point is in the town. I don't think anyone is in the cabins to the south at the moment. I think that if you two were to utilize one of the cabins, that might be a safe option, unless you would prefer to take her deep into the woods where it's unknown territory. But
We'll try the cabins first. That way we're
Okay.
not too far away.
yeah. Jesus, Carl. Christ.
What's my boy saying?
Oh no. But I think you should do what you think is best. I think it would be better to potentially wait until nightfall to get her out of town. Stop laughing at me, Carl. But I think that it would be best if she left when she still had the modicum of control that she has.
Y'all just do me a favor and watch out for her daughter while we're gone. She's the only family she's
Will
got
do.
left.
Will do. I will plan to talk with her today. Before you take her, I will talk to her. And go from there.
How much does her daughter know?
We told her daughter that she was bitten, right?
Yeah.
and that she was likely going to turn.
I don't know how much she's told her daughter.
Alora missed all of this, so she's just catching up.
Teddy, I don't remember, and it's been several sessions. That was in the attic. There we go. I found the day. Corvus.
While you're looking that up, Cassian.
Yeah.
You're muted, girl. You now know that this group. I mean, you already knew the group. The group had a wereboar and a werewolf because of the combat situation. But now you know that Koga's getting ready to go work with some other werewolves. What? And you don't have to answer this as much as you can show us or answer the group by asking questions, whatever. But how does Cassian feel about lycanthropy, especially werewolves?
She's comfortable around them. Like, I wouldn't, because the only problem she's had is around, like, druids, but that's about it. And people with ropes, but she doesn't have a problem with other races.
Okay. What you got, Runa?
I can't tell. It might have been one of the lighter sessions.
I don't think her
'Cause I'm
daughter
looking
was
at it.
told much more than, look, she was bit. She's probably going to change.
She's probably gonna change.
I'm pretty sure something was said about how Koga can help her through it,
Yeah.
but I think it was kind of glazed over. Doesn't mean
Yeah.
you didn't come back afterwards, but unless you
Yeah.
tell me that you came back later and explained it more in depth, Koga, we're gonna say that it's whatever her mom told her.
Yeah. I think.
I have not spent a lot of time with the daughter, so it's basically whatever the mom has told her.
Okay.
And I'm going to be very, very surprised if she didn't say, Koga's your new dad. We're going to have to get over it. We're moving in
Uncle
together in our
Koga.
little honeymoon cottages down to the south.
We're gonna vacation in Barovia for our honeymoon. It's gonna be great.
We're going to do the Castle Strahd tour.
Yes.
Coach
There
ride
we
by
go.
me.
Stay close to the group. Don't go outside the map, okay?
You guys keep talking for a minute about it. I'm messaging a player's secret stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I know. Now you're going to be looking at each other, trying to figure out which secret player is finding stuff out. But
So there's really no other way to do this then. She can't be alone for a day.
Oh, no.
No.
Not at least during the change. And she's going to need a lot of time to train.
It makes sense. I'm gonna miss you.
I'm going to miss you
Yeah.
guys too, but I won't be too far away.
If we need you, we'll call you. But
I'll come running, and who knows, maybe by then we'll have more backup.
maybe.
So you said the boys are staying to the north of town?
Yeah, I've got them in a little encampment up there.
Okay.
If you could just kind of go up and check on them and
We can do
find
that.
out who that girlfriend of theirs is.
It's on my list of questions to ask around.
Because what I don't want is a bunch of horny young werewolves running around.
That is fair. I have a plan. And I
Excellent.
feel like I
I'm
just
not wearing
sounded
that
like
shirt right
Zimmerman.
now. I'm not wearing that
I'm
shirt.
not wearing that shirt. I think I have a plan as far as how to potentially figure out who she is. Otherwise, I'm just gonna ask around if anybody knows Elle, or a girl who goes by Elle. Um, but I think I have a plan. Otherwise, uh, I think we do have some new support. I look forward, Cass, to seeing you put your skills to use.
Thank you.
You watch as she kind of it's almost an unconscious movement, but she like puts her hand to her ear for a second, and it's legitimately like she doesn't seem to even notice what she's doing. As she continues talking about just kind of wishing Coco well and hoping that Teresa settles relatively quickly.
I hope so too.
Well,
But I'll miss all of you.
careful.
Don't shed too much blood without me.
We
Hey.
would never.
Now I get to take the brunt of all the hits.
Who knows? Maybe you'll meet some other handsome young warrior.
Who knows? Who knows?
Alara, what do you think about that? Realizing now that Koga won't be there to share that damage.
Bruna doesn't look at her when she says that.
Elora does look at Runa when she says that.
More healing for me.
Right? No, she's gonna run up and hug Koga. Just bear hug him. I'm gonna miss trying to keep your ass alive.
I'm gonna miss that too.
Bruna holds out an arm to do like a warrior's handshake.
He does it. And then he pulls you in for a big old bear hug.
Oh, my heart.
Go.
Yeah, are you leaving soon?
Probably tonight.
Okay. Well, maybe we can have dinner together.
Yeah.
One last
We'll
dinner.
Yeah, we'll get some work done around here, and then we'll have dinner before you take off.
Yeah.
All right.
Excuse me.
Oh, right. Norman, can you shape wood?
Yeah, you can.
Above table, be so thankful you're asking that to Norman. And that's all I have to say about that.
Below table, he shapes wood all the time.
Well, I usually work in stone. That's what I'm trained in, but I think I could work with wood.
Stone would be wonderful also. Actually,
what is it?
that might be better. Mother Aranka, who was previously in this room, was a very, very lovely woman, very selfless. She, instead of funeral rites, wanted a bench to be built in her honor. And if you couldn't, I was going to look for a crafts person. But I think a stone bench out front of the infirmary here would be perfect. When we get time.
Absolutely. I intend to do some work in the cemetery, but I don't think the bench would be as involved, so I could do that first.
Either way, I really don't think she would be fussy about when she gets her turn with things.
But before dinner, would you have a moment that we could speak?
Of course. Yeah, I've got one more patient that I would like to try and see. But then, yeah, of course, anything you want.
I have a little bit of healing that I could assist with, but I definitely need to rest before I would do much good to more than one or two.
I have a little bit left. One more is all I can help. But yeah, I don't want to take any efforts away from the druids or the war zone or anything like that. It can any favors for me can definitely wait until a more opportune time. And I won't need help healing, so definitely don't exhaust yourself for that.
Healing, hope, light, those are all things the Morning Lord provides.
Well, you're welcome to come with, if you'd like. I have a feeling he's potentially going to be less than receptive to kind words, but I'm going to start there. And I kind of look at Ruta just a little bit.
I'll see if my services are better used here.
That's
So
wonderful.
I'm going to have to.
I could
sit
probably
on-
help several people with minor injuries if you can handle the injury you're addressing.
Yes, yeah. There's plenty of souls that need minor tending, broken bones, need lacerations, small things like that. So if you would follow Nerida, she can show you who needs the most attention
Very
tonight.
well. So above board, SETI,
Yes, sir.
I'm assuming I probably have a third level spell left since I had done Call Lightning and that was concentration last time.
Yep.
I can use that for healing word, and then I could heal 6 different people. So, I would like to go with the nurse and figure out what 6 people would benefit most from. If I cast it at third level, I think it would be a D8.
Oh. I will allow them to figure that out. Them being
Yeah, I don't have
no,
healing.
not those people, but them being Ilara and Runa to decide which of the ones. I mean, I can look at the list and I could tell you, but I'll let them make those decisions.
I mean, I'm not necessarily like a like a medic. I'm a magic healer, so I'd probably go for the people with like obvious injuries first.
Okay.
Like, hey, your elbow does not bend like that. Let me fix that for you.
It's a problem. That's a big problem.
Yeah. You got internal injuries? Sorry, man, you look fine. I'm moving on.
Jesus.
Corvus, what are
Can
you
we keep
doing
this
now that you've heard all this?
Above table, I'm using my blue feather token to whisper into Norman's ears that any of them that aren't going to make it, just send them out back to the butcher's block.
Above table.
No. Yeah, so I'm Corvus is worried about, like, I don't know, a lot of time is passing. Seems like a lot of things have happened in a very short period of time, and it's taking us a lot longer to turn the wheels on this bus around to kind of get things back to normal. So, like, he's probably going to, I guess, start taking stock of, like, what supplies we actually have for what we're trying to do here.
Oh.
Like, the shape of our equipment, like, how's our armor holding up, our weapons, Do we need things mended and prepared placed?
Yes. You know that fighting undead, as long as it's zombies and skeletons, will be a walk through the druids area, just fighting blights. You know that skeletons and zombies are not going to be a challenge at all. That you guys won't have any problems. It's anything besides them. I don't know what you're pointing at.
Laura.
Oh,
She's right next to me.
You're
yeah,
pointing
In
at
my
a
little
steak.
window.
You're
in
pointing
my
at a steak.
yeah, in mine, you're not pointing at her. You're pointing away from her. She's the opposite direction.
That
Yeah.
way then.
Yeah.
Because it's the opposite.
You know that it's going to be a little tougher for anybody that's not a skeleton or a zombie, but you also know that you have an Alara. You have an Alara. There's so many
What the
freaking.
heck came out of your mouth?
There are a lot of.
E-names. I get it.
This is why I'm a pleasant player, because I torture the DM in other ways. I don't need to do it every
Alara. So yeah. So you're not worried. My point was, Corvus, that you're not really worried about the weapons and armor after the druids. You figure that the undead should be a cakewalk. After the undead, you know that you guys have. You should be able to talk to the makers and builders, and that should be smooth, talking to them. But you know you have the whoever's left at the Reformation Center, and you have the Wachters, and you know that the Wachters are actually trained militia. You just don't know how. I mean, they're trained, but they're more bounty hunter hired hand
They're the ones we need
mercenaries.
to burn out.
But you also know the Wachters have they have Calendriel, the magic lady, so you know she needs to be salvaged. So I mean, looking ahead, you're more worried about the Wachters than you are the undead. Above table, the undead is not going to be like this druid fight. The undead is going to be that there's only going to be, I think, 2 fights in the undead area. Otherwise, it's going to be a whole lot of just talking about how you guys did it. Because skeletons and zombies are no challenge for you guys whatsoever.
Okay.
So,
Thank you, Laura.
yeah, it's nice to have Alara back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess he's ready to I don't know, shit or get off the pot at this point.
Nice.
Rena 100% wants to go talk to the workers.
What's that?
The makers. Runa 100% wants to go talk to the makers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make them take their city back. Quit sitting over there lounging, bastards.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are done. Koga leaves.
Are we gonna intimidate the shit out of this asshole who won't get
I
healing?
think so.
Okay. Runa will let Ilara lead.
Does Koga need to do anything? You're muted.
Muted.
Yeah, I think I need to go and talk to Alondra.
Why?
He hasn't said anything to you guys yet.
Yeah, okay, so Koga doesn't say that. Koga just leaves the room and he's going to go talk to her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I got a scent,
but nobody knows.
but nobody knows yet.
Okay.
So
does Koga, when Koga leaves the room, does he react and talk then, or does he wait?
When he leaves the room, he'll be like, am I with Alondra right now?
She's right outside the door.
Oh, she's right outside the door. He'll just kind of close the door, sit down beside, he'll lean against the wall on the opposite side of the door with her. He goes, "Am I smelling that right?"
Maybe.
How long?
Couple days, probably.
You're the girlfriend.
You.
You know it's a huge responsibility.
It happened. Let's just leave it at that.
I can kind of guess what had happened. I'm not gonna judge.
It wasn't without some forethought.
You know, I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to ask if you need help.
She kind of softens just a little bit. I don't know. I've got some support.
Koga, the massive difference between Teresa and her is she doesn't have a fever. Her body has, accepted it.
Oh, wow.
Baby, she was born this way. Accepted it.
Right. You took to it. Like you were meant to have it. You never had a fever? You never got sick?
Never felt sick.
Have you been craving flesh, blood, anything like that?
I've cooked all my meals. And I've cooked for the boys.
Well, thank you for taking care of the boys. God knows they need the help.
They do. And I don't want you to tell them this, but I might need a little more than their support if this gets bad.
Okay. I'm splitting my time between Teresa and them. She will eventually wise up and probably follow me to them one day.
Yeah,
she's
I know.
not dumb. And she's going to want justice soon for her dad.
Yeah.
Can you stand aside while she seeks that justice?
I don't know.
You better
I know who
figure it
she's
out
going
soon.
after. I know. When they leave, I'm probably headed out of town. And I think you should know that.
All right. From now on, you can come to me with anything. Just so you know.
Yeah.
Dang, you took to it.
That's what happens when
I'm impressed.
That's what happens when you crit fail the con roll.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm
Should
gonna
I
have to
tell them
let
you're
the rest
coming?
of the group go.
Do you really?
Runa needs to know. She wants to know everything. She's a busybody. She can't help it.
Bitch.
Yeah, I kind of got that impression.
Fucker.
I mean,
Laura
she's probably
loves
gonna
you.
have a strong say in whoever takes my place. I'm just saying. Paladins beware.
Yeah, can I tell the boys you're coming? He's gonna know something's up.
Yeah, you can tell them I'm coming.
Should I tell them anything that was said in there?
Nothing that they don't need to already know.
Okay.
Just use your best judgment.
Always have to
a
with
good
them.
You seem to have a good head on your shoulders. I mean, for the most part.
Judgment is usually pretty good.
I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna get back in there. I'm gonna finish saying my goodbyes to my friends, and then I'll meet you out in the woods.
Okay. Thank you, Koga.
He offers you the fist.
Yeah.
All right. Have fun.
I'm gonna go see the boys.
I walk up behind Runa, pull her tail. Hey, mom,
Right.
mommy, mom, mother,
You don't
mom.
have a tail, first of all.
Poke, poke, poke. Then, mom, mommy, mom, mother, mom,
What
mom.
do you want?
I found the girlfriend.
Oh.
Yeah. It's Alondra.
I was about to say that was fast.
The nose knows.
Okay.
What are you gonna do without me? I just don't know. You'll be lost.
Yeah,
Adrift in a sea of not knowingness.
Go away. No, not you, dummy.
Wait, I really don't know who you're talking to now. Are you talking
Sorry,
to somebody else
that
in
was,
your head?
that was my husband. Just
Tell him I said hi.
I'm gonna hit all of you. Jesus Christ.
And tell him that Alar is probably going to be jealous.
Okay.
Yes. I'm going to go get a steak to go. You want anything?
Oh. He was playing dumb, and these folks don't understand above table.
You never said it. Okay, Koga, you leave.
Anyway, yes.
When the door opens, Runa, you see like Alandra going out the front door, like you've already missed her.
Okay, I'm gonna let her.
I cast magic missile.
Yay!
Really?
No.
At what? The darkness.
Alright, we're gonna go because
I didn't
Alara
ask
and I
who the
have
target was. I said I cast magic missile.
Excuse me. But yeah, we have work to do.
So the others of you walk down the hallway to a chair where there's two other guards who are like not letting him leave. Otherwise, he would have left a long time ago.
Mhm. I'm letting Alara lead.
Yeah. Alara's gonna walk in. Is he like physically trying to leave? Or is he just standing arguing with them?
Right now, he's sitting in a chair. Like, you can tell. Actually, um, Cassian,
Yes.
give me an insight roll.
Okay. 8.
You're new. You're new to the group. It'll be okay. Um, you're kind of walking
Alara,
in, looking around, and everything else. But it looks like the guy that they're guarding, he's like eyeing you, Cassian, at the door, and you can tell he's trying to figure out if he could get past you or not.
do I catch that?
What's your passive? 15?
18.
Oh yeah, you
I'm-
catch it.
Okay.
I'm standing directly behind, like I'm walking directly behind Alara, glaring at him.
Is there another chair in the room?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna pull up the other chair. Kind of like not next to him, but not in front of him, kind of catty corner. And to the 3 at, well, I guess to the like 5 at the door, I'm just gonna hold up a finger and tell the guards and everybody else to wait.
I've settled myself behind your chair,
That's
arms
fine.
crossed, glaring at this dummy.
So, what's the problem? Why won't you let the healers just fix this?
Because warriors show their scar. Warriors don't use magic to heal themselves.
I want to bet.
So, do you want a scar? Is that what you're after?
I mean, want a scar versus have a scar. I don't want it healed, and I don't want it magically healed. It will heal.
It will once the arrow is out of it. Come on. Let him pull the arrow out. I won't use any magic. And I'm going to lean really close to him. 10 minutes ago, that room over there, I sat with a woman while she bled out. I held her hand. We talked. We laughed. She went very peacefully. Not everyone gets that luxury. You know that, right?
Yup.
You know how good soldiers behave. You know how bravery works. You know how stoicism works. Right?
Yeah.
You know how to protect civilians?
Yes.
Is that your job?
Yes.
If you go out there half-cocked like this and cause another person to be deprived of a peaceful death, I will personally see to it that you are on light duty until your retirement. Am I clear on that?
Yeah.
Do you have 10 more minutes to let them pull that arrow out of you, slap a bandage on it, and get a meal?
You promise that's all they're gonna do.
I will personally see to that too.
No healing.
You know who I am. Not for you.
Let's do this. Can I have my scabbard so I can at least bite down on something? I know pulling that
Scabbard
arrow is
only.
gonna hurt.
Runa pulls a strip of leather that she has probably for similar purposes. Gives it to him.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
I'm
pat
gonna
his face. Good job.
I'm gonna go around behind him, let him know I'm gonna hold you still. Don't move.
He pulls it out of his mouth. He goes, "That's wise, because I decked the last time this happened. I decked the person who pulled the arrow out."
Mm-hmm.
If you hit my healer, if you don't have enough self-control, you'll never go back out there.
It
Grabbed
wasn't a
his
healer last time. It was my brother.
Rules still apply. I don't think you're going anywhere anyway. But I just want to be really clear.
Put the leather back in your mouth.
And I'll wave over whoever it is doing this.
Runa's got his arms and has him like arms pinned as much as she can.
Give me a strength
I'm gonna
roll.
put my hands on his knees.
Bear hug him.
You
She
can
will
do
burn a
it
rage.
at advantage, by the way.
Me? Okay.
Yeah.
That is strength check.
Yep.
Athletics. Cool. That is a 23.
Okay. You're holding them pretty darn securely. Okay, your healer pulls out the arrow. Breaks it off everything else. Okay.
It's gonna be.
You see his eyes roll, but he leans forward, like you can tell, Runa, you've seen enough warriors, just take it. He's a human. He's not Vistani. He's not a Dusk. He's just a human who clearly was on the guard. You can tell that he was a grunt in the civilian military here. He looks like he's maybe 19, 20 years old. And he just kind of leans in towards the person that is pulling the arrow. And flinches just a little bit as you're holding him. His eyes roll for just a second, but he does not lose consciousness. And after it's out and everything, he just kind of releases. He hands you the leather. Permission for 10 minutes. Please.
I from behind him, clap him on the shoulder and give him 2 of my own lay on hands. And I, with this word, take this from a fellow warrior.
Go. You could tell that he's aggravated that you healed him.
Yeah, well. He can kiss my ass.
He looks over at Lara and he goes, "You didn't lie to me. Your healer didn't heal me. Oh, they're deep enough to scar anyway. Not forever."
I'm gonna slap a bandage on there and say, "Don't worry. We'll make sure it hurts for a little while." You try and stop her from pulling shit like that. Now,
And
I'm gonna look at his friends. Right? I'm gonna look at his friends. In 10 minutes, he goes to the church. and eats, all three of you. And tell them if it's your extra meal, whatever, tell them I told all three of you to go eat.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna look back at him and just smile. See, cooperation really isn't that hard. Just gotta find the right motivation. Go take your rest.
You move him out into the hallway to where the room's available. I have to go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Oh, was that above board?
A little bit.
That was above them. Yep. Hey, he didn't get my word.
He didn't, but you kind of made me look like an ass.
It's not like you can control anything I do.
No. No, it's really not, is it? She does look properly annoyed.
Valid.
So, Ilara is starving. Ilara is exhausted.
Runa still has her plate of food. She hasn't eaten it yet. She will literally hand it to you.
Okay, let's say I'm gonna go across the street. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go hit the taco truck and come back.
Actually, Norman will go with you.
As Runa's
and
literally shoving food into this.
And on the way, he will mention that Nochi and Piccolo have been picking up strange feelings from Simon and noticing he acts differently than the other children. And I'm concerned if the animals are noticing it, the people might start noticing soon as well. And
I'm pretty sure most people have noticed.
I'm gonna put an arm around Norman and steer him off to the side of the front of the infirmary as we get back, because I've either gotten a plate to replace the food that Runa gave me.
Yeah.
How much do you know about Simon?
Nothing. Except what he is.
So you know what he is?
Well, I think he's a vampire.
He's not. I can assure you of that much.
Okay.
He was, and I want to make sure nobody's listening to this. Father Lucian is aware, Casimir is aware, and I don't see any reason you shouldn't be fully aware. We adopted him from the Hag's Tower.
Koga and Corvus are aware? Right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, the whole party knows the whole story, as far as I know.
Well, New Girl doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that was
Okay.
pre-Norman also.
Yeah.
That's why I was making sure that Koga, because you said you were making sure nobody else was around. How close is? I mean, you're not in that room anymore. Are you outside?
Well, let me roll this. I get that far. Okay.
By the way, Jinx and
Yes.
Cassian. When I say New Girl, I'm referring to Cassian.
I know.
Okay. I don't want you to think I mean you as a player.
No, it's fine.
I'm actually gonna stop right there and say, you know what? I think this needs to be a roundtable discussion too. So I'm gonna guide Norman back in the
We're
room.
still back in there. Yep.
Yeah.
Yell for
I'm gonna
Koga.
take the soldier.
Well, he's leaving.
Yeah. I'm gonna take the soldier's chair. And I'll look at Cass and say, Simon, our little boy. Just so no one's super surprised, because it'll come out. He'll he's a child. He'll slip up. Norman, he is different. We rescued him from a hag's tower, and they were grooming him to become something altogether inhuman.
Was that the windmill?
That was the windmill. We found him and didn't think that it was feasible to leave him anywhere else. The orphanage couldn't keep him, and I don't trust him with anyone else. So he's learning.
Will
He's
he age?
I don't know. There's a lot we're still figuring out. He and Koga were training.
He does
He
learn.
listens. He listens very well. He learns very quickly. He is already pretty different than when we found him.
I don't bring this up out of concern for myself, but for you and Runa. I'm glad Father Lucian knows. That brings me much ease. Knowing he is not a vampire brings me much more ease. But I'm concerned the other people in the city may start to realize he's different and it may become a problem. I'm trying to... I only bring this up because I don't want to see that happen. I'm not saying you should get rid of him. I think it's wonderful that the two of you have taken him under your wing to care for, but caution is advised.
Our intention is not to stay here.
Is not what?
Is not to stay here.
Right. We didn't intend to be here this long.
He travels with you then?
Yes.
Yes.
He has since we've gotten him.
Yeah. The only he's fought with us before. He's fought druids before. He is quite skilled. He is very fast. There are some hurdles. We are aware of who his mother is. As far as we know, she's alive. But that is a concern. I don't know if she'd even recognize him.
Where is she?
Barovia.
Is that where she is? Okay.
Yep. She's in Barovia. She sold him for the dream cupcake.
I thought she was in the caves.
She is now.
Up with Sty's voice.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
You were thinking Origin, but then after that, she left the Barova home.
Yeah.
Not the same
Norman
Barova home.
Not that one.
I love when you mention the pies, and then he looks very ashamed.
Yeah. So, he plays with Arabelle well. She knows. She helps manage him, so to speak, for lack of a better term, when we're gone.
Okay, Norman, I think you would say something about that too. As soon as they say that she manages him,
I was just getting ready to that wicked child. You that awful child watch another child.
It's
awful.
less she watches him, she more just
she plays with him. She keeps him occupied.
I'm sure she does play with him.
She's spoiled, but I wouldn't call her awful. She's fed him. She's helped us.
Yeah.
The worst thing I've seen her do is Gold Casimir.
by the way, Norman and Cass,
Yes.
both of you give me what's your passive perception?
15.
18.
You both hear a purring coming from Runa's side.
Great.
I don't think that Laura knows about that.
Do I
So-
feel the purring?
Oh yeah, you feel the purring, almost like a
open-
vibration of it.
I open the pouch. What do you want? And I'm gonna slip my hand in and see if I can like hold it.
Yeah. It like
It'll-
tries to
it gets
like
on the
maw on your finger as you reach down there, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Can I lift it out and put it on my
Uh-huh.
hand?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you want? What are you doing? And I'm gonna. My husband is having a giggle fit. Oh, I'm gonna reach into my pouch where I keep all of my rations, and I'm gonna no, I'm gonna reach my hand into my coin pouch and pull out a couple of copper. I'm gonna feed it to him.
It starts wiggling like a happy dance.
Yeah.
Would Norman recognize that thing?
Gonna be expensive to feed.
Yeah. Well.
Yes, Norman.
I can
You
spare-
know exactly what that is. That is a baby mimic.
His eyes light up like it's Christmas. Where did you find that?
Greg's like, what are you doing?
No, he just won't stop giggling.
Oh.
Bruno will see Norman's eyes light up, and his question of where did you find it? One of the not the last druid, the druid, two druids before that had it, and I grabbed it. It apparently enjoys copper pieces. So
Can I pull out like a iron spike?
Yeah.
May I feed it?
I mean, sure. I mean, yeah, I guess.
Hey, little fella.
It kind of like rolls like because it hasn't even fully understood what it's capable of, so it more like rolls around towards you instead of like actually having legs and moving and arms, and it just stays looking like a pouch and just kind of turns towards you, opening the pouch mouth.
I had to mentally stop myself from saying what I was just about to say. I would like to put the iron spike inside the pouch.
I don't even know what you were going to say, but I can only imagine.
Well, I caught myself, so that should tell you something.
You can see immediately, Norman, that you've living underground, you've seen mimics before, but even you have never seen a baby. You've seen younglings. But this one, its teeth are still round. And it starts basically like gnawing on the iron spike and trying to chew it up and everything. And you see the spittle like starting to dissolve the end of the spike and stuff, and it's trying to pull the spike in farther.
It just falls asleep. Half of it sticking out of its mouth.
Yes.
It is absolutely adorable. If you ever need help caring for it, please let me know. I know a thing or two about mimics. They're not that hard to feed. But if you have any questions, please ask.
Oh, thank you. Give it a stretch, and then I'm gonna tuck it and the remaining iron spike in its mouth into the pouch where I've been keeping it.
Okay.
Tuck it away.
I swear to God, I thought you were going to pull a cat out of that bag and say it was Simon's dinner.
No. No.
No, he
I had
knows we don't eat
completely
pets.
forgotten about the mimic.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So I know we interrupted your talk of Arabelle, but
Yeah.
you guys were discussing Arabelle.
Yeah, I find her to be quite mean-spirited.
Yeah. Well, she's a spoiled Vistani.
Yeah, she's a
The
child.
spoiled Vistani. Let's be clear.
I trust your judgment. You've managed well so far with Simon. Again, I just want to make sure we don't have a problem with any of the other people in the town becoming questionable about some of the things he does and doesn't do.
We've made it pretty clear kind of where Simon stands, at least with those here, and we will continue to make it clear where he stands with us. We definitely want to ensure continued safety for him and for the rest of us. So,
Can he not enter the church, or does he just
no.
not want to?
He physically cannot. He will burn if he enters the church ground.
And that's an effect from the experimentation the hags were doing on him.
We think so.
Yes.
He's not undead. He's not a fiend. I've checked thoroughly anything that I've learned to detect in becoming a cleric is not him.
To him?
It was all off. It wasn't quite anything that Elora can actually detect.
Okay.
It wasn't human. It wasn't nothing, but it wasn't anything specific.
Yeah.
All right, very well. Like I said, I wanted to let you know the animals had noticed, and I thought if the animals noticed he was acting strangely, others might. But if you've addressed it with Father Lucian in the town, all is well.
He
knows.
All is well.
Yeah,
all is well. And Norman just kind of stops for a second and goes, all is well. And you lose him for a couple seconds, and then he kind of shakes his head real quick.
Yeah, he has rules. He knows codes of conduct. If you have any suggestions, there too.
We've established a good set of ground rules. I do have to have a conversation with him about some specific stuff, but I haven't had a chance.
So far, I found him to be very well behaved, but again, it just. I guess the animals just have a feeling, and again, like I said, I just want to make sure it doesn't cause a issue for him or you or anyone else. Sounds like you have it well in hand.
Yes, I do appreciate the concern. It is a real one for us still. Could you explain to the animals that he understands the difference between pets and food?
Yes. I will actually do that first thing in the morning. I would need to rest again before I could speak with them for something that precise.
Just, for their comfort. We are away quite a bit while he's here. So for their peace of mind.
And Nochi is a noted sneak. So I'm sure he will keep his eyes on him as well.
That would actually make me feel better to have another set of eyes.
Yeah.
Especially ones that people don't usually recognize as watching. But yeah, so far he's had exemplary behavior. No major slip-ups. He has the Simon where he's quiet. I'm sure if you see him talk much or smile, you'll notice more differences, but he's our little boy.
Cass, can I get another insight check, please?
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you guys hear?
I didn't hear what you got.
I said it was another 8.
8? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else, Corveus, before we end for the night?
No. Nope.
Koga, do you have anything for the streamer then before we end for the night?
Koga just says his goodbyes to his friends. He looks at Cassie and he's like, I'm sorry I didn't get to know you sooner. But look after my friends for me while I'm gone.
I give a nod and say, it's a pleasure meeting you, even though it was short. And I shake his hand.
Well met.
Oh,
Like I said, look after my friends for me.
I will.
I picked
Koga,
Norman
you
up.
look after your pack.
I picked Norman up, and I just kind of look at him like, I'm gonna miss you, little one. And I put you on my shoulder for a minute while I say my goodbyes.
And he kind of just sits and turns so he can talk directly in your ear. Take care of your pack. You know we are here. Remind your new pack mate that Nochi and Piccolo are friends, just in case.
I will.
Thank you, my friend. Be safe.
You too, little one. And I'll look at Corveus, so he's like, if you don't cause more trouble than I expect when I get back, I'll be very disappointed in you.
I will burn this motherfucker down.
Please do. And he just kind of laughs and gives you a good old slap on the shoulder, and he makes his way out.
I'm here for two things: drink wine and fuck shit up, and we're all out of wine.
Oh shit, we are? I really didn't mean to drink the last of it.
Right before you leave, Koga, Simon does come running inside, and he'd been told at dinner time that Uncle Koga was going to be leaving for a little while and stuff like that, and he comes running inside, and he has a really big grin on his face.
What is it, little man?
And he opens his mouth, and about 9 flies fly out of his mouth. And then when the 9 flies fly out of his mouth, Norman, you and Cassian see a tongue that is about a good 3 foot long shoot out, grab one of the flies, and yank it right back into his mouth. And he just giggles.
Look the control all you got.
That was a good catch.
Wow.
I've been practicing, but now
Simon.
my flies got away.
And he takes off after the flies.
Bye, little buddy.
Bye, Uncle Koga. And you see him catch
Just-
another one.
I just want to learn enlarge just so I can make those flies tastier for him.
Guys.
Oh, how you guys doing out there, Twitch, VOD? This has been the Menagerie. It's a zoo, even when it's just role play. We didn't think we were going to be able to just do role. We didn't think we were going to be able to have combat because we didn't think Aqua was going to be here because she's up in Michigan.
Yeah.
But we did get to have her all night long. But I wasn't going to make us do combat anyway because they needed a break. They've had combat 6 weeks in a row.
6 weeks.
been a long time.
Yeah.
Motherfucking druid. I need
And it's
druids
been like
to
a day
go
and a
die
half.
cold.
Right.
Um,
2
No
days.
more
it
druids.
was a long amount of combat. Next week, we're gonna go back and do some more druid combat, but it's probably not gonna happen right away. We'll probably do some more role play and then we'll get into that combat. But I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you for checking out the Menagerie. 187 followers, 13 followers until they get an ASI for free. It's not about a level up. It's nothing. 200 followers. I'm giving all my players ASIs. All the players, no matter what knight gets it. I got an idea if we don't reach it yet, but I'm gonna wait. Thank you guys for being here again. Menagerie. Tell the good people thank you and see you next week.
Thank you and
Thank you.
goodbye.
Thanks,
Right on.
guys. Have a good night.
Me.